don't care if you've been doing the torture dance to pussy control all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Brother, coming to you live and direct from the stack. Smoke me out, fam, with that dank shit. On my left, returning once again, your boy Stitch.
Happy Struggle Plate Eve.
Ooh, we hit it. On my far right, engineering on the ones and twos, choke people out on the threes and fours, Kratos.
You gotta kill all them motherfucking O'Driscolls.
Fuck 'em. In the middle, we got the oldest ninja in the world, Old Ninja.
In the immortal words of Ray Park, busting makes me feel good.
Last but not least, we got your boy Blue.
By the power of dankness!
Oh.
Damn, I almost opened with that.
Almost. Great minds.
I was going to say
Might
with
be
power
the
of,
name of
but...
Yeah.
Homestead, if we got up in there.
First in the chat would be Warrior Fellow. What's going on? I see this guy. What do I see him on? Is it?
Well, it says formerly known as...
Wild out.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Change his
What's
name.
up, fam? We appreciate you.
That's what I see. I think I see him from Instagram, that name.
Okay.
Yeah. So cool.
That's awesome, man. We know our peoples.
And our listener of the week would be, as soon as I pull it up, it would be Aiden. What's going on? And again, it is Arish Fatima, second in there, and then King Arthur. So
all right.
Thank you very much. We appreciate all y'all for listening.
There's going to be something special for the listeners later on in the show.
Is there now?
Yes, sir.
How many dick pics?
15.
I was going to show what my boy Bunnyman drew, but I can't on the... No.
I'll show him right here.
Yeah, can't do that on YouTube. They get fucking mad and shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's artwork. It's like...
It is artwork.
That don't matter to them.
Well, I consider my dick a work of art too, but I can't. Just saying.
I'm pretty sure K-Mac does.
All right. Old Ninja, are we pouring out any malt beverages, or are we just diving on in?
We're going to pour out some Mickeys for our boy Devin Lima. He was the lead singer of LFO. Old 90s, like, I guess, rock pop or whatever the fuck they call it.
I thought you were talking about, like, the
LMFAO?
recent group.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I was
no,
like,
no.
damn, he died?
No. He had stage 4 cancer. He was 41.
Sounds familiar. What they
very
sing? What was like their hit song?
What's that? Steal My Sunshine?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a hit. Whose phone was that motherfucking ringing?
I don't know.
That was.
And then
Right. Stitch.
we're gonna pour out a
No,
little.
mine. Blaming it on me. It's you.
And we're gonna pour out a little mead for William Goldsman. He was the writer for The Princess Bride. He wrote the book and the screenplay.
Oh, cool.
Good shit.
That's a good
But
movie.
he's written a bunch of shit for Hollywood. A lot of shit. A lot of, like, famous shit. So, R.I.P. to him.
So you know what that means?
What's up?
There's gonna be a whole lot of casting couch rumors about him and shit.
Oh, trying to shit all
I'm just
over
kidding. I'm not
his
gonna
name.
shit on him. He seems like a good dude.
Yeah.
Princess Bride is one of my favorite movies of all time.
It's a
Yeah.
great film.
Seriously.
That's a
he's-
great film.
So, just a quick, he's written The Ghost in the Darkness. You ever seen that? About the African lions?
I didn't see that.
You didn't see that? That was actually pretty good. Apparently, it's based on a true story, as they say. And then the All the President's Men, way back in the
remember that
day.
one.
Yeah, he wrote that. Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, he wrote that. So, R.I.P. to him.
R.I.P. We're going to dive right the fuck on in here. First of all, yeah, welcome back to Stitch. We appreciate you being back on here with us.
Who's this?
Yeah, hosted her. We about to really dive on in. This may go long. We will fucking see. But first off the bat, we got to talk about this She-Ra reboot.
Oh, yeah.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we motherfucking go. Now, before we even get started, I want to say some shit, and that is, you know, I have been the most adamantly supportive of gay characters in some anime and some cartoons. I really have.
Okay.
JoJo, Yuri on Ice, Avatar
JoJo.
Korra. Yeah, JoJo, yeah.
I was gonna say, just say it again.
Yeah.
But that being said, you are pretty much against women, though. So
How dare you? How dare you?
Hashtag Prodigy hates women.
And some people tweeting that at me now, man. They're coming at me for that shit.
I mean, but
They're like, that's that truth. And I'm like, God damn.
So you know what?
Where's the lie?
Yeah, I mean, the problem with is that they come back with receipts.
Yeah, they do. They do. They
They're
be
like,
listening.
damn. They're like, hey, this episode at 18.36 seconds, you said
Timestamp.
this shit.
I like that though. I like the receipts. I got some receipts of my own. Goddammit. Before we even get started on this show, opinions are gonna fucking vary. I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, there's no fucking mystery with me. I didn't like this shit at all. It was some agenda shit. But before we even get into it, I'm gonna separate out the agenda from the actual show.
Oh my god.
Because they're two different things.
All of this, mind you, listeners, based off of one fucking episode.
No, it isn't.
You
I watched
said you
more.
watched
I watched
one.
more than one
You
episode.
said you admitted
How
that
about
you
you shut the
watched
fuck up and let me
You
get
said
that shit out?
you admitted that you said you watched
Well, he
one
watched
and you
one
were
at the
never
time.
gonna watch anymore.
Yeah, at the time.
Well, how many did you watch?
I've watched up to 3.
Okay.
So only because I knew you motherfuckers were gonna go in talk about if you watch more episodes, you love. No, I wouldn't.
No,
We gonna get into this. Don't
right, go ahead.
you
Go ahead.
motherfucking worry. Here was the information that came out before the show aired. I think it proves some agenda stuff. You decide, audience, because we know other folks are going to have their opinions on here. According to Tor.com, in terms of LGBT representation, which, again, I have no problem with in cartoons, reads as utterly queer in just about every aspect. That's fine. With many characters coded as fluid in terms of gender or sexuality. Fine. And none as clearly heterosexual on purpose. That was the quote from Wikipedia about this show that was released as the press information prior to it even being launched.
Hold on. So you said it was from Tor, but was it from the actual makers of the show?
It was the creators of the show, Noelle Stevenson, talking to Tor.com about this show prior to it being launched.
Okay.
Straight from Wikipedia.
Wait, that's from Wikipedia though. Did you look up the source material?
Yeah, the source is there too. It's a source about. I actually gave the source, which was Tor.com.
I didn't know if you actually went to the source. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, and they posted on Wikipedia with the source link to it and all that.
So what's your problem with it?
So my problem with it is there's absolutely zero communities in the entire fucking world, including the Boys Town in New York, the Castro in San Francisco, West Hollywood, where you have 100% gender fluid people living there. None. Not even any communities. So that's nowhere in the world is that the case whatsoever. This was what Noelle Stevenson and her crew wanted to create in this show. That's clear what they wanted to do, have a show without any heterosexual characters whatsoever. That was their purpose. Now, if you're telling me that that is not an agenda for them, I don't know what else. I don't even know if we can have a starting point on this. But
Okay.
but that is the quote about this show prior to it even being launched. We'll start with that.
Okay, so I was not aware of that before watching the show. That is disconcerting to hear that somebody would put something out like that before the show even came out. I will cut them no slack because I gave a lot of shit to Guardian Spice for pushing a serious fucking agenda, and rightfully so, being totally destroyed on the internet. They deserve that shit because they thought it was more important to push forward with their agenda and their creators rather than pushing the story along.
See,
We talked about that a lot.
Right.
with She-Ra, they kind of did the similar thing like Steven Universe does, where you have the female characters and they're obviously like sex fluid or whatever it's called. It's pronounced, but
All gender fluid. Yep.
Yeah, gender fluid. But I don't know. I think they did a pretty good job. Like I didn't get the impression they were trying to throw down. I mean, this is definitely a girl show.
It sure is.
But they weren't like kind of throwing it down your throat like, hey, I'm gay, get over it or whatever.
So hold on, so what you said is not totally valid. Bo is obviously gay.
Oh yeah, he's out.
But
Bo's always been gay.
But if you didn't watch the original show, you probably thought that they changed the character to seem I would fucking venture to say that the original character was gayer.
Yeah.
Like way fucking gayer. Than
the one with the mustache, right?
The one with the mustache.
The heart on his chest.
Yeah, he had a heart on his chest.
And
He
the
had,
crop top.
and he had that little Captain EO thing.
He had the crop top iron armor on.
I mean, this Bo does too, but.
And I don't have any problem with gay characters being in a show.
Right.
And the other one, the original, seemed to have very flamboyant characters as well. My only issue, again, is that last part of all characters clearly as non-heterosexual was the goal and purpose of the show prior to it being, even debuting on Netflix.
That doesn't make any sense. I think what they could have done to make that more, I guess, better is that all the characters that are in the show are young. And at that time, most people don't know whether or not they are even interested. Or, like boys or girls are still icky if you're a boy,
Sure.
Yeah.
or the other way around, or if you're even gender, whatever the fuck you want to say, you're not sure about fucking anything at that point in time. Like if they wanted to say something like that, that'd have been like fine with me. But if they want to push forward any kind of agenda of saying that we're not gonna have anybody hetero in this, that's kind of fucking weird, and I'm not really with that.
Yeah,
There's nowhere, like I said, there's nowhere on the planet where that's the case.
No.
Even in the Castro, you can go there, and there are straight couples living there amongst a majority LGBT community.
So
It doesn't exist.
watching this show, I didn't feel that there was an agenda being pushed.
I didn't feel it either watching the show.
Also, I actually got the feeling that the captain of the ship was actually extra thirsty for Mermaid Raven.
I'm not that far in the show yet. So
Yeah,
I'm like
so
episode
you'll
4
meet-
or 5,
What episode are you on, Chronos?
4 or 5.
Okay, yeah. So you'll meet this mermaid character who's basically Raven from Teen Titans, and there's this dude who's basically kind of chasing her.
Yeah.
So
he's
I
Stacey
don't.
Beast Boy.
So any of the statements from the creators, I never got, I never read, didn't hear about it. I just watched the show and took it as it was. All I cared about was character progression, and if they're going to pay homage or go completely left field to the original. I only saw the original like a little bit because you can watch both the remake and the original both on Netflix. The original 65 episodes. The remake's only 13 for season 1. I did not feel at all that there was any kind of agenda push. I actually felt that there is a little bit of hetero attraction, but there is legit one lesbian couple. They show up at the very end of the series so far.
Well, there's other scenes that are very like.
Yeah, they're like homoerotic, but
Yeah.
nobody's making out with each other. Like Cronus said, they are very young, and I think they're more concerned about trying to survive like a invasion, pretty much.
The way that they would clarify it is the difference between quote-unquote all gay and lesbian characters versus the way they're quoting this in here as completely gender fluid and nobody clearly as heterosexual. Just to clarify, not my words, they're their words. And the other thing I want to point out, just like High Spice Garden,
High Guardian Spice.
High Guardian-
How fucking dare you?
fuck that show.
Goddamn.
High Guardian Spice, all female writer crew, on purpose, and that was one of the things that they promoted.
that's
It is what it
okay,
is.
but
It is
yeah.
what it is. But DreamWorks, this was a first for DreamWorks and Netflix with doing this version of all female crew. This quote about no heterosexual. Obviously, this show is heavily influenced by Steven Universe. There's just no doubt
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
I could tell Noelle Stevenson, who I'm not hating on as a person, must be a fan of Steven Universe and Rebecca Sugar, right?
Yeah.
The creator of that show. No problem with that. Steven Universe has been very influential all the way around, but I didn't get the sense that this was something that I guess it was up to that even Steven Universe's quality. I really didn't. And I'm not a big Steven Universe fan.
Yeah, I'm a huge
I know
Steven
you
Universe, and I think it's not up there just because Steven Universe has that. It's been around for a couple of seasons, so they had to build up those characters. So you're more in depth with what these characters do. So this one kind of was new, and they weren't, since it's a remake, they weren't really trying anything new. Because if you go back and watch the original She-Ra,
They weren't trying anything new?
No. Well, if you go back and watch the original She-Ra, it's kind of the same. Like,
No, I'm gonna. It's
no, wait. If you go back and watch I guess there's things that are different, but like there's still the princesses and all that too.
That's true, but
But the biggest deletion is He-Man.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
it
yeah. That was-
literally,
that was-
it literally
Let Carlos
starts
get-
with
let
He-Man.
Carlos get it.
yeah, that was a big problem with me with the show is that they pretty much like just dismantled the lineage of She-Ra.
On purpose.
Yeah, which is like
On purpose.
that was a problem for me. Like watching the show, I was like, because in the beginning of She-Ra, literally it's He-Man coming over to Etheria and then giving her the sword. But in this one, they pretty much deleted He-Man altogether, which is kind of a problem for me. And I was just like, this show would not have existed if not for He-Man. I thought that was kind of fucked up. But at the same time, they kind of fixed it because when He-Man came over, she was already a force captain. She was an older person, and so was he. And so she's when I first watched this and I saw like the costume, I was like, that costume is weird as fuck.
It's so bad.
But
The She-Ra costume.
actually, I don't have a problem with it now because she's like what 14 or something like
Something
that.
like that.
So
Maybe
it-
17?
Yeah, so no, not even 17. 'Cause
Maybe?
she doesn't
I
have.
don't know.
She's not shapely. She looks like a younger.
They all
Yeah.
do. They all look pretty young.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, they're
but
all young.
but they're all young.
Teenagers.
That's the point that I'm making is that she would not look voluptuous or womanly or whatever or shapely or whatever because of her age.
I'm sorry, I got to jump in here on it. I tend to agree with you, but
And that'd be gross.
Yeah.
hold on. And I want you to pull this up, especially for the folks listening at home. There's a character that's the embodiment of a young Norse female warrior who's about the same age that still looks very feminine, as opposed to Adora, which is Thorin from Avengers.
Which character are you talking about?
Thorin, who is Thor's daughter in Avengers Avengers of the Future, Next Level Avengers.
Those are totally different shows, though, man.
No. But what I'm saying is, you need to see a picture of her and then counter that with Adora on this show, who's got triceps kind of like Lou Ferrigno. Her jawline gets bigger, and then she gets thicker eyebrows, and she looks way more boyish. I have a problem with that.
Wait,
that was what they were trying to do.
Wait, when she becomes She-Ra, or
Yes.
when she's
No, she's actually not that much more muscular if you look at the animation.
Check out the one first.
said
Check out
Thorin?
Thorin from Avengers of the Future or something like that. It was a series that was on for quite a while. This is what a female, and yeah, just do the image search.
I don't know how to spell. Okay.
Thorin.
No, it's Thorun.
Thorin?
still when Adora becomes She-Ra, apparently she
gets bigger.
She gets bigger. Everyone comments about how tall she is and
Including her
rich
jawline.
she is, but what I mean,
Yeah,
what
that's-
difference does fucking that make?
That's a girl of a similar age, different animation style. I totally get, but you can still tell that's much of a girl, a prepubescent girl, not a woman.
I could still tell that
You can tell Adora's female.
That Adora's female.
She seems
But
transsexual
no,
or
yeah,
something,
I-
man.
No.
Well, my whole thing is
if that was
the
the
one you're
case,
comparing to with that.
yeah,
I'm comparing Adora as She-Ra.
so with me with the costume that it's not that
This
she
looks like a girl.
She looks like she kind of does look like a little boy,
Hold
but
on. The only reason why you say it looks like a girl is because she has like
Titties?
boobs cut out, and that's fucking. I don't need to have.
It's not just that.
What do you mean it's not just that? There's nothing else about her that says female except for her fucking boobs.
Yes, to me, you have her actual facial features that don't. She doesn't have a crazy thick jawline. She doesn't have.
Yes, she does.
No, she really doesn't, dude. I've seen the show. Look at more pictures.
I'm
of
looking at the picture.
Her. She doesn't have a crazy thick jawline compared to Adora. Adora looks like way more masculine.
I mean,
She looks like a boy. That's the first thing people said when they saw it.
I didn't hear
That's-
any of that shit.
Yeah, I thought if you look at the comparisons between like the old costume and the new costume, I think
Yeah.
it looks like a younger version of her.
It does look
Because
like
you
that.
can't. I
'Cause
mean,
she's
it'd be weird as fuck to have the young She-Ra having fucking.
navel showing.
No, not even just
No,
navel.
it's,
It's having like her
like a
skirt.
bikini
Yeah, like
bottom or whatever.
like right above her, like basically right below her thighs. Like I wouldn't want to see that on a little kid.
You could do exactly what they did with Thorin, where she had long pants.
Well, that's
armored
what
pants.
Well, she has pants, well, like
Just
shorts.
shorts,
So what's
yeah.
wrong with that?
See, well, so I mean,
I have.
And a skirt.
my
I don't have a
wait,
problem with the boy shorts. It's the boyness of her that I have a problem.
See, my
with.
problem is I don't like her costume altogether. It looks fucking ridiculous. It's badly drawn, like the way her shoulder pad looks and like her helmet. Like it looks weird. It isn't until like later on, like in the later episodes when her costume does change a little bit, that I kind of like her costume. But I think they should have lost like the little skirt part of her dress and maybe make her wear like full on pants or some shit. Like I just think it looks bad. It's not about her being a boy or a girl. It's just I think the costume looks really bad.
I had no problems with the costume. I mean, I didn't even notice the whole biker shorts thing till Blue pointed it out. But I didn't think it was super detrimental. Like it was like, oh, this is terrible. I was just like, oh, this is a girl.
It looks like something
in,
off
like-
of Tumblr.
That's the
I mean,
girl on the
are we gonna
right?
be honest? It looks like something off of Tumblr fanfic.
Yeah, this is what she looks like in the show. This is like, hold on, pull it up. Why aren't you pulling up? There we. Oh shit. What have I done? I broke it.
You went to an
Oh,
IGN
oh,
article.
Oh, no.
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 Oh, there we go.
That's what she looks like in the show.
Yeah.
So I mean, she has a skirt. She has long hair. I don't know why you would.
It looks
think-
like she's wearing
And
a.
you're saying that she's muscular. She is not muscular. In
There's other shots.
There's.
well.
I've watched the show just as much as you have, man. And there's nothing where she's like super yoked. She's bigger than everybody else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she does
goes
get
taller.
Yeah.
And everyone comments about that. And when
She
she
look a little
changes,
boyish.
she
Even
literally.
in this, like where it looks like she's supposed to be, but there's
Is
no.
that from the show or that's some like fan art?
I think
man?
it's fan
That
art.
looks like fan art.
But like, I just can't stand that fucking tiara that she wears. It's like,
She
see,
wears
that's
a tiara.
that's the one later on in the show. It changes because before it's not like that. So if you like scroll up and look at like a different picture, because it doesn't have like the part that connects it.
Have you seen this show at all? You're just sitting here
That
absorbing it all in.
I'm absorbing it.
original,
And just, I
yeah.
mean,
Or the.
it's kind of a weird
Also, the one,
jawline, but
if you look at the one, the second picture that's right there, that's her second costume. It
this-
changes
this right
some.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the second one.
So it's a bit more filled in and stuff like that.
So that one,
That looks feminine.
that one changes because of something that happens.
Well, because she kind of
Well,
starts.
you saw it. You saw the
Yeah,
end
yeah,
of it.
she
Yeah,
starts-
something happens that actually alters her uniform.
But one of the cool things is that they show a previous because I don't want to spoil it.
yeah,
I mean,
So-
I don't care, but you might not want to do it for Kronos if he's
I
still
mean-
watching.
I care. Don't ruin it for me because I'm watching it with.
Well, it's not a
with K-Man.
huge spoiler. I mean, they kind of touched on it before.
I don't know what you're talking about. So
So anyway, so like,
Smashes.
yeah,
gas.
shit, it's hard to say.
well,
'Cause I'm not sure. It's not really a spoiler. It's more like history of the character of the She-Ra character.
oh, you're talking about how she's like from Etheria or whatever.
No,
and
no,
she's
about
just-
the like the She-Ra thing. It's herself.
oh, it's like a mantle.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's basically just like the Last Airbender. There's been
Yeah, yeah.
She-Ras in the past.
Well, I knew
So they
that.
show a She-Ra from the past, and they show her armor, and her armor looks fucking dope. I mean, she might have been a little bit older, but her shit looks like I think I said this in the chat room. Like I like the Wonder Woman costume where Wonder Woman has the pants on,
Really?
like the one that
Really?
they had in the TV series.
Everyone hated that.
I liked it. I thought it looked really good.
Oh my
I
god,
didn't
so
mind
many
it
people.
either.
So many people.
You didn't mind it, or you didn't like it?
I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. And I think I wish they would have went that route with this because the whole biker shorts with like the short skirt thingy just looks weird. to me.
I agree with Cronus. I feel like it is age appropriate.
I mean, you
Yeah.
know,
I don't need to see supposed 14-year-old
Like panties?
with a bra cut out, like where she's supposed to have boobs. It's like if you're 14 years old, you probably don't have boobs. Like some girls do, but most girls don't. And I don't want to have this whole sexualization argument with anybody. So I'd rather have it to where they look like the way they're supposed to look at that age.
See, I didn't even, and I knew She-Ra was a grown woman, the original. I didn't even like sexualize. I know there were some guys who did, but I didn't crazy sexualize her either.
Well, it's not even just sexualizing. It's just like it's not realistic as far as like a 14-year-old would go.
in terms of a real life 14-year-old not
Yeah.
looking like a grown woman. I hear you on that. Yeah, I've said it already. They went too boyish for me, but I mean, we should kind of move on a little bit.
I mean, long hair and a skirt says girl to me. That's all I really need.
Them
you know what I mean?
triceps, eyebrows,
There's
and
no
jawline
triceps.
said
Yeah,
no,
there's no
to
fucking
me.
triceps.
Nah.
It's funny to me, Prodigy, because I figured you'd be running after that. Like, oh, this is Foodaville for
Nah,
me.
that's not my type
So
of photo.
how is your jawline different from look?
They said that was earlier in the show. I'm sorry, or later in the show.
Look, this is very similar jawlines, man.
No,
Like they're very similar jawlines.
no, not at all.
What the fuck? Am I tripping here?
I don't know.
I mean, first of all, for that pic, the other one that you were, well, we're doing photo analysis, and some people are just listening too.
Yeah.
But,
Like it's not like a square jaw. Like I don't understand.
first couple episodes, it looked like it to me.
It didn't look like to me at all. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, wait, one quick
Okay.
thing. How many people in this room knew that She-Ra and He-Man were brothers and were
Yeah,
twins?
Everybody.
Yeah,
everybody
I thought they were
knows that.
cousins.
I thought they were cousins.
Yeah, I
Oh,
thought they
yeah.
were cousins.
They make that clear. I
I mean, the show starts off with her saying, "Hey, I'm such and such, the twin sister of He-Man." I'm like,
Wait, what? No,
how can I? No,
the
she's
first
no.
episode doesn't.
When you, no, not in the first episode, but every episode after that. If you watch She-Ra, she says, "I am the twin sister of Adam,
Oh yeah,
who's
yeah.
also known as He-Man." I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah.
I probably just forgot.
He-Man was gay as fuck.
It was.
Oh my god! Somebody please go back and watch that show.
Yeah.
It is for better or for worse. It's the gayest goddamn cartoon that ever got put on TV.
Do you know what? She-Ra, the original one, actually holds up. Like, it's not stupid gay.
It's
Like-
it's not well except for fucking Bo and He-Man that was in it.
Yeah, but that's about it. But like her whole storyline, how she used to be a villain and shit, and she like crosses over, like
Yeah,
that
that's
storyline
pretty-
was pretty fucking dope.
And it carries over into She-Ra, the new, well, because in the original it's She-Ra, the warrior princess, and it's or the warrior princess of power.
Yes,
And this one is She-Ra and the princesses of power.
Yeah.
There's multiple princesses.
I realize we're all like grown men talking about a kid's show that's mostly for girls, but I do want to ask this: like, are y'all putting this up there anywhere close to other Marvel or not Marvel, Netflix, DreamWorks shows like, or even just Nickelodeon shows like Avatar Korra,
No.
Craig of the Creek,
nope.
Voltron, DuckTales, anything like that.
No, but I'll tell you the reason why. Well, DuckTales, yeah, but well, the new DuckTales.
That's what I'm saying. You're putting this up there with that?
It's kind of up there. I mean, the new DuckTales is okay. Like to me, it's just okay.
Yeah, I've heard same thing like mediocre about the new DuckTales because it's like weird.
Anyway, the reason why some of the newer shows they come across and they're aging better and they're better told stories is that they tackle issues in a subtle way that as an adult become rather obvious, right? They do it a little bit in this show, like dealing with consequences and shit like that. But in Avatar especially, they really dealt with issues in a really decent way. And in this one, I don't feel like they're on the same level as that. But I'm not going to say this is a bad cartoon at all. Like I'm actually enjoying the cartoon. I'm going to complete the series, but it's just, I mean, it's comparing something with Avatar. That's pretty rare.
Either one of the Avatars.
Either one of the Avatars. Yeah. I mean, Avatar Korra was fucking great. That was another thing where everything was subtle. Like you didn't know Avatar Korra was gay until like pretty much the last episode. And then
I didn't know until this podcast.
Then it was like, holy shit! Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know until the podcast. I thought they were just going to go have a girl strip into the spirit zone.
Yeah, no, they were totally fucking gay, and I didn't even get it. Asami was the girl that she was writing to when she was like off on her thing, but most people didn't put two and two together until like they're holding hands in the fucking thing. You're like, oh my god, that's her.
Yeah, I did not know.
Is it true? Is Bo the only male on this show?
No, there's also a ship captain and then like a few other men in the show.
Lesser ancillary. He's the only main. Is he the? Well, sorry, hold on. Just stay on this for a quick second. Is he the only main male guy though?
Bo? Yeah, he has the most screen time. I mean, besides the villain's a male.
Yeah, and we barely see him.
Yeah, you rarely see him.
Okay, so he's the main male on the show. Because I mean, he did rub me the wrong way. I had no problem like going back to like Arrow and whatnot when they changed Mr. Terrific.
Yeah,
they blatantly, for those who don't know, changed his sexuality. He was never gay in the comics. They did that for the show. It was what it was. He's also not a CEO. Big time
moneymaker or
Tony Stark of the DC world. They changed some things about Mr. Terrific. Didn't have any problem with them changing his sexuality or whatever, because you also had Diggle there, you know?
Yeah, Diggle's a completely new character.
No, well, Diggle there as another black male character that didn't have his sexuality being gender fluid at all or LGBT, right? I'm just saying, you had, like, both a gay male character and a gay or a straight black male character on the same show. I didn't have any problem with that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But Bo on this one, even though the old one, which I didn't watch every single fucking episode of the original, this Bo fucking bothered me. His fucking just everything about him irked me. And I like the voice actor. He was the guy from Blackish.
Yeah, kid from Blackish.
But yeah, he just seems
just because he yells out
first couple episodes, he just seemed weak as fuck.
Just because he's yelling out "best friend squad" and he's not trying to smash. Just because he's not trying to smash.
Well, nobody's trying. No guy is trying to smash any girl in this show. We already know that because everybody. No,
you didn't finish the show.
You got to go more episodes.
You haven't seen the character.
No, hold on. What I'm saying is, no guy is trying to exclusively.
Yes, there's a guy.
Yes, exclusively. So they're not into other guys. They're not into other.
No, he's into another.
Okay, I don't know why they're. I don't know why they're quoting to everybody before the show came out. Yeah, that it's going to have no heterosexual.
So that's the thing that threw me off. Like, I mean, there's other scenes where there's two girls. Like, there's
an actual couple.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there is a dude chasing another chick, and she's super annoyed by it.
But how do you know that guy is not?
Also,
bi?
Hold on. In like the first fucking episode, you can't say there's no hetero characters in it because the queen is fucking hetero.
Yeah, she had a kid.
No. We don't. Wait. The queen of Sparkle, whatever.
Yeah,
Sparkle's mom.
Glimmer's mom.
When do you see her with a man though?
They talk about the husband. She literally says, "My husband."
Is the husband on there?
He's dead.
He's dead.
They show his like statue.
They show his likeness.
Yeah, and it was definitely a dude.
Okay. I must have missed the part about.
Maybe that's why that.
Well, he hasn't gotten that far.
No, if he's saying it's the first episode.
No,
it's like second or third.
Yeah, it's like the third episode. They kind of talk about him, and they give the past. They explain how he died.
Sure.
And the mom actually has super guilt about it.
And there's nothing else about her being anything other than what she appears to be as a woman who was once married. Is that right?
Yeah, well, I mean, you find out she's got more power than you think she has.
Okay.
I guess. But
which I mean, I would find it more appropriate that a older woman that's a mom would have some sort of sexuality than a 14-year-old kid or possibly younger. I don't know how exactly old they are in the show. So, but the show is also kind of odd because they do a thing that's kind of weird to me where they're sending out children to fight wars and shit. Like, doesn't really make fucking sense. That's like a huge plot hole to me.
Well, one of the big thing with the show, they're trying to show like how girls are strong too, because these are princesses going to war, and normally you have like the prince or whatever fighting or whatever, but you have princesses.
Well, even then, you don't have a princess that's fucking 14 years old.
Well, that too, yeah.
Going out and heading up, like when they.
Well, what about Joan of Arc? She was, I think she was like
No.
14.
Was she a princess?
Well,
She was
no, but she was
14.
she was a young woman who fought.
And she was also crazy.
And
but,
she lied.
Yeah.
She lied about her.
But in this show, though, like they're literally sending, like a queen is sending out her only daughter that I know of so far to go on missions, pretty much by herself. Like to,
you talking about Glimmer's mom?
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
like,
she always tells her to bring someone with her, and it's usually
Doesn't matter.
Bo.
one person, like that doesn't make any fucking.
They're all kids, basically.
I wouldn't send my 16-year-old to go fight a fucking war.
No.
Yeah,
You know
well,
what I mean?
well, when
And she trains.
yeah, I don't know how far you are, but when you meet the other princesses, something happened to the parents, and you know that's why the parents are mostly not even there.
But that mom is still alive, though.
Yeah,
So
she's the
that's
only
the
one.
problem.
Wait.
Go ahead.
I was just one last thing before you switch gears.
No,
I
I
wanted to-
still got another point on this. Go ahead.
Well, no, I wanted to bring up one of the huge difference on the show that kind of bothered me, and that was with the Shadow Witch chick, because the original, because this is an adult, this is a female adult, and the original She-Ra, the chick got the goddamn figure. This animated lady had an hourglass body, and her boobs were pretty out. Like you could tell she was a female.
It was the same thing with the sorceress.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what it's the Shadow Sorceress.
No.
Sorceress.
The
Shadow
one in
Weaver?
the original scene.
Yeah, Shadow Weaver. That's what it is.
The original person the first person that you see in She-Ra is like some other sorts, not the Shadow Weaver. It's a different chick, the one that's in He-Man's fucking universe.
Oh yeah.
She's laying in
that's
bed.
his mom.
and
That's
her-
He-Man's mom.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
and
it's
her,
his
and her
mom.
hips are all like shapely and shit. In bed, I was like, God
And
damn.
then she has a fucking dream, and that's
Yeah.
He-Man's mom. She sends him to Eternia.
Well, see, and I'm glad you brought.
Etheria.
Etheria. Sorry, I said
I'm glad you brought
Eternia.
that up because I mean another one of the agenda things that was told about this show before it even dropped was the whole body positivity thing. Now I haven't seen every single one of these episodes. I disagree with some of the political stuff with that. My big, I guess, preference would be if you're going to have a kids cartoon and that's your goal, why can't you have a kids cartoon where you're promoting healthy eating, exercise, getting proper sleep?
What the fuck?
But seriously, if your goal is improvement of
That's Teen Titans.
Yeah, wait,
go.
Teen Titans Go does
That
that.
sounds- that's-
But I mean seriously, if you want huskier kids to improve their lives, you have the ability in a kids show to showcase some things that may be for the much more positive aspect of healthy living, rather than saying I'm going to put a few husky preteen girls on here and clap our hands because we've changed the fucking world. Look at us, be proud of us. No.
So
G.I. Joe had a whole lot of fucking,
I was gonna bring up G.I. Joe.
messages, and I watched these with my kids. Literally just last night, we watched like 30 minutes of nothing but the knowing is half the
PSAs,
battle stuff,
yeah.
the PSA stuff. It was great, and it's still applicable 30 years later. You could incorporate that into the plot. You could do a whole lot, especially for a show catering to young girls. And I didn't show my daughter this, and I probably won't. But a show catering to young girls, you could talk about healthy eating, you could talk about exercise, you could talk about a whole bunch of stuff, which is much fucking better than doing this shit of here's a chunky little girl and she's great and she's happy with her weight. No, let's do the exercise.
I'm about to stop you at the Empire. Right
Go
there.
ahead.
All right. So what you just said up until a certain point was totally correct. I'm all about PSAs, healthy, all that shit. You know me, man. I used to be fat, fucking lost weight. But in this show, they do not glamorize. As far as I've seen in this show so
No,
far,
they
they do
don't.
not glamorize her weight at all.
Nope.
They don't even really address it.
Nope.
She just happens to be a certain size, but they don't say that this is healthy. They don't say that you can be. They don't do any of that shit. So I think you went a little bit too far on that. But the other shit you said is totally correct. You're right. You could send a better message out if you need to send a message, which it seems like they're not explicitly doing in the show, which is why I don't mind it. Because in the show, they don't explicitly try to get you to go one way or the other in my mind. They don't try to get you to do any kind of inclusion shit. They just happen to have an ensemble cast of characters that you're kind of rooting for. But I don't feel like they're like, oh, it's okay to be healthy at any size. Because that's bullshit.
Yeah.
So, and they're not doing that in this show.
Can I add? I'm sorry, real quickly. I hear where you're coming from, and I haven't watched every single fucking episode. However, I will say some of the quotes that you'll see online from the show creators of the show are directly addressing it. Maybe it's much more subtle in the show. I agree that could be the
it's
case.
not even
subtle
in,
in the
yeah,
show.
it's
No,
not even
I'm saying that they directly talk about the importance of we wanted to do this with body positivity and having this girl be overweight. Several women in the show, I guess, be overweight in the show, and here's the reason why we wanted to do that. There are a lot of quotes out there that they have on that are separate from the show itself.
Well, I mean, if anything, I think there's even a scene where she got tired before everybody else did. So
That she was like using her powers a lot.
Yeah, that's because
Yeah,
she was.
yeah.
But I mean, if you look at the flip side, you were talking about Steven Universe. Steven himself is not a healthy boy.
Yeah.
So,
I have
mean,
issues.
it's the
I have
same-
issues with Steven Universe.
It's kind of the
as
same
well.
thing.
I think you. I don't want to repeat myself, but I think you can do the flip side. I think it would be much
can.
more beneficial to incorporate some stuff like
Personally,
that.
I feel like if you want those PSAs, you should still be watching PBS or that kind of shit, or fucking Sprout.
They have
I
some
mean,
good shows.
I mean, these shows are kind of like the adventure
hold
shows
on.
and whatnot.
I gotta pause you there, man, because like, there's shit that you put in these shows that are there are lessons in the show. I think as adults, we miss them because we already learned these lessons. But there's like in the show, in the episode, so the one where they had like the hippies with the flowers and shit, there was a
Yeah.
message there. Basically saying that you can't just rely on somebody else to do all your shit for you.
Yeah.
Like, you have to get up. So there's messages there I think that you're just missing.
Oh no, I got that, but not about like eating and resting and all that stuff. I mean, who's really gonna watch a show where people are just gonna eat, sleep,
Hold on, but if you
exercise?
do it subtly, like I just said in like the episode I was talking about, there are people in the show, there were hippies that were basically saying, I'm not going to do anything because someone else is going to help. But they end up having to do it themselves. They could do something similarly as subtle, I guess, with like any other kind of subject. Or just do an outright PSA.
Either one.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that, but I haven't seen a Netflix show bust out PSA so far, though.
Well, because I mean, nowadays you don't really need to. Like if you look at like Avatar, they taught a lot of lessons about just like life lessons. You know,
Look,
like how to treat people, shit like that.
Well, even like
we get.
with,
Oh, sorry. Go
I
ahead.
was gonna say even like with the Voltron, like the characters in the beginning of the season, you get to see them grow and develop, and their personality change. Like Lance, for example, he's like fucking like a womanizer. Like he's always trying to get at the princess, and eventually he kind of, I don't know, he doesn't stop doing it, but she starts to realize, I just gotta be me and just kind of improve myself, and then eventually the princess kind of hinted at like him a little bit.
I want Lance to get them draws so bad.
I do too.
Yeah, it is what. I know you're still watching it. You guys have finished it up.
Yeah, I finished it.
Do you want to put out some numbers and some, final numbers on what you thought of it so far? Even
I'll
right
give it.
now?
I mean, because Netflix and DreamWorks have some bomb ass shows on their network. Like
do.
a lot of them are like 10s and 9s. This one, I mean, it's the show that's not for me, but I still watched it just because it was entertaining. I'm gonna give it like maybe a 7, maybe a 6.57.
Okay.
Because it was decent, but that costume, fucking. It wasn't that it wasn't sexy. I just didn't like the costume.
There you go. Carlos, what you got so far?
Honestly, I'm giving it a 7. So yeah,
7 out of
it's not
7?
not the best show, but I mean, I'm enjoying it.
That's on par with a lot of people online. IMDb gave 6 out of 10. I think Rotten Tomatoes had it with the fans at 7.
And K-Max, she fucking loves it. So actually, she wanted to come on the podcast to shit talk you, but
Yeah.
What you got?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna give it a 6, mainly because I know that it's not my target kind of show, and this is probably one of the first. This is the second DreamWorks show. The other one was Voltron.
No, there was also
Troll Hunters.
How
I
to
don't-
Train Your Dragon.
I don't watch.
Train Dragon.
I don't watch any of those.
You don't watch Troll Hunters?
No, I don't.
What the fuck?
I don't watch Troll Hunters. The only one I watched, like I just said,
Damn.
is Voltron and this. These are the only 2 DreamWorks shows that I've watched, and so I'm giving this a 6 because I feel like I'm not the target audience. It's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. I've seen shittier shit, especially your fucking Neo Yokio bullshit. Fuck that
That
shit.
was wonderful.
But I mean, I was intrigued because I like the hero's journey, and I felt I got that in this show. But there are certain aspects of the show that I didn't like that I felt were a little corny. Like some of the jokes are super corny. And I was like,
Yeah.
Those jokes that are corny. I'm like, oh, I'm not that young.
yeah, I'm just
so,
like, it's
yeah.
kind of stupid. It's kind of lame. So I mean, but it was fun. It's not up there with Voltron, but it kept my interest, and I actually finished the show in a weekend. So there you go.
with the first few episodes of the show when she like first starts to become She-Ra, I had a little bit of a problem because it felt like she kept going like Super Saiyan. because her hair was like
I saw
always
Stan do the
flowing.
first-
I'm like,
first
where's the wind coming from? Like, why is her hair always flowing up in the air? I was like, what the fuck is going on?
I mean, you saw the original. That shit happens in the original, so.
It's like Super Saiyan mixed with fucking Sailor Moon.
Yep, yep.
Transforms. It's hilarious.
Dude, I bet you if you played the Sailor Moon like transformation song or even the theme song, it would go perfectly well with her transformation.
Probably would.
I watch a shit ton, like, with my 4.5-year-old daughter of, like, girly cartoons. My Little Pony and Hilda were, way better than this, along with Dragon Prince and a bunch of others. Dragon Prince is pretty much for everybody, though.
Yeah.
It's down there as one of the worst. It just had a slow plot to me. I know I'm not the target audience.
Yeah.
I didn't like some of the stuff that I read prior to even watching it. We've already gone over that. This is a 2 for me.
Well, I don't think your daughter will even pick up on any of that. I think honestly, I think she'll enjoy the show.
Yeah, fuck it. She will never watch it.
Look at you
Talk to
denying.
Mom.
Yeah.
No. Actually, just to be clear, Mishka did not like this either.
Oh, she did?
Strongly did not like it, and
You poisoned her
'cause
mind.
I let her watch it without me saying shit. 'Cause I was just like, maybe it's just me, because I don't like the crazy radical feminist agenda bullshit and some of this other stuff with it. But she didn't like it either.
The Sweetness didn't like it that much either. She like walked in, it's like, what the hell are you watching? I'm like, just go back to your room.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right. What
You know
else
what's
do we
funny
want to
though?
get to?
I
Go
think
ahead.
He-Man is one of the most ridiculous names of any character of all time.
Yeah.
I'm just
It
gonna
is.
put that out there. That's fucking ridiculous.
It really is.
Like, why is her name not She-Woman?
Yeah, because it sounds ridiculous. They figured it out. They're like, you know what? He-Man sounds fucking dumb as shit. So
Bring
let's change this.
back G.I. Joe again.
No, bring back. Well, G.I. Joe would be great too. But the last people that did. There was actually a revamped He-Man that was good.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was short-lived.
that?
Short-lived. And the same thing with
Thundercats.
Thundercats.
That was
Yeah,
good.
Really
they didn't
good.
even make it to that crash planet. They were all traveling the universe. I was like, holy shit. And Lino was still young.
Yeah. I liked Young Lionel.
But that was such a good show. If y'all want to watch Thundercats, you can watch it on Verve right now.
And it's a Cartoon Network show, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah,
So it might be buried in their site somewhere. You might be able to pick it up. Who knows?
Good shit. All right. Y'all want to run to...
Let's talk about.
Actually, Stitch, you've been kind of quiet because obviously you
I
didn't watch
didn't watch
She-Ra.
She-Ra at all.
Yeah, what you want to get into or jump to on here, Stitch? You want to talk about this PlayStation stuff?
Yeah, we can go with that.
Set us up.
Well, I'm trying to get caught up on it. PlayStation will not appear at the E3 2019. This will be what the 20,
First time in 24 years.
first time in 24 years that
God
PlayStation,
damn.
well, Sony will not be repping that. Now
big
we've
news.
been hearing people, I guess, hint that okay, they're sort of shutting everything down and going towards the 5. I mean, it's inevitable that that's what they're gonna eventually start
Yeah.
going to. It's just the way they progress and everything. But
I think they're doing the victory lap because they won. I mean, they know they won. But yeah, I think the PS5 is probably the most likely scenario. I don't think there's a whole lot of life left with the PS4, to be honest.
Really?
Really?
No.
What the?
I don't. I think that they've done a lot of shit and they've sold a lot of units, and I think that they're gonna push forward with things they learned from both the PlayStation 4, PSVR, and probably the Vita as well. And I think they're gonna
Well,
move.
the Vita stopped. Like they
Oh
stopped
yeah,
production.
yeah. I know it's not production. But I think they learned a lot, and just think about what's the next new. There's not a next year. What are the exclusives?
I'll tell you.
Last of Us 2?
Yeah, probably Last of Us 2. We all obviously have Days Gone coming in
yep.
April. We have Dreams dropping maybe sometime in late 2019, and we've seen that at a few E3s.
Is
Ghosts of
Anthem-
Tsushima. Anthem is not an exclusive.
exclusive.
No,
But
that's
it's-
everywhere.
But they're after 2019, the 2020 year,
Exactly.
it's wide open.
Yeah,
And
I think 2020 is. And I'm sorry, and then of course,
PS4.
Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding will maybe be a 19, might even be a 20.
I think that's an exclusive.
I don't think that's an exclusive. That might be his first multi-platform.
I thought that was.
No,
I thought that was going to be an exclusive.
I thought it was too, but there's hints that it may go like PC, Xbox,
I thought
Steam.
hold on.
I thought
his
Sony
last,
owned
his
this-
last game was not an exclusive.
What was his last game?
Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid
Yeah,
5.
but
Oh, yeah, that was
that
an
was under
exclusive.
Kojima. This is his own production.
Right, but I think that he'll do.
Yeah.
I think he's.
multi-platform.
We could look it up, but I
Okay.
thought he signed to Sony,
Oh, I didn't know.
his studio. But we'll see.
Well, I mean, even still, I don't think that game is going to be a PS4's only game. I think
Yeah.
it could be a PS5 game.
It could be a duel.
Have you seen the graphics on the motherfucker?
Yeah, it could.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think that could very easily be a duel. I also believe that The Last of Us 2 could be a dual
Yeah.
launch.
So yeah, I think they're winding down with the PS4. I think it's still going to sell a lot of units. I think it still has the opportunity to be one of the highest selling consoles of all time. But there's no reason for them to keep at it at the PS4 at this point.
It's been almost exactly 5. Oh, it's been a little over 5 years since the PlayStation 4 dropped.
That's a decent lifespan.
Oh, it's a huge, great lifespan. The only reason why we're used to a little bit longer lifespans is because on the previous gen, the big-ass global recession occurred during the product cycle, and it extended the lifespan. Usually 5 years, 5-6 years,
That's it.
you get a new console.
Yeah.
Look back in video gaming history.
It used to be even before that.
Yeah, 3 or 4 years for some of those. Sometimes 2 years with a few of those consoles. I agree. The other thing, though, this didn't happen in a vacuum for Sony. We also have to mention the fact that Sony canceled their own annual PSX this past year or this year, because that usually happens somewhere in North America, usually in LA in December. They canceled that, so this is 2 big shows, their own show and E3 that they won't be at. That's big.
You know, this kind of makes me think of Ready Player One, because the creator of like the Oasis, like they stopped making their game consoles for like years, and they were about to go like bankrupt and stuff like that because they were working on a fucking huge ass project, which was their VR.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know PlayStation won't go that route, but, you know, I'll be interested to see what the PS5 will be.
You don't think they're going to have VR?
Well, they probably will, but, like, it's not going to be, like, their only thing. But it would be dope if they just did VR.
Just VR? I mean,
it would be fucking dope.
Honestly,
like a full head unit?
Eventually, somebody is going to do, like, a full dive thing. I don't know who it's going to be. Whatever it's going to be, it's going to change the world for the better and for the worst. If y'all haven't read Restricted Fantasies, please read that. I'll talk about it later on the podcast. But there's possibilities where this could be the end. Like, pretty much kind of with humanity. It's kind of weird. Like,
when Boston Dynamics gets sentient life and then starts fucking everybody
or
up.
we just go into a virtual world and then that's
shit.
it.
Matrix.
Yeah. So I think that people are seeing that you can monetize virtual realities. And I think once they figure that shit out, you can monetize virtual fucking real estate and shit like that. That's where they're going to go for. And I think that whoever gets to there first they're going to take over the rest of the world.
Sword Art Online. I'm with it. Let's plug in. Let's go.
As long as I can log out.
No,
you think
you won't even want to log out. What if we're in the simulation right? This is okay. I'm gonna get into it right now. This is gonna fuck up your shit. All right, because I've been reading this fucking book. I finished the book Restricted Fantasies. If you haven't read the book, I highly recommend this fucking book. They're all basically, it's a series. I think it's like 11 short stories, and they're all like virtual reality, like kind of related. And like one of them was, I think it was the second last story that I read, where it's basically everybody is in virtual reality. Nobody knows it, but they all have this thing called the golden mean, right? So basically they give you what you want or what you need, but not necessarily what you want. So say if you're like
booty,
and you would always seem like you're smarter than everybody else.
Okay. Right.
So if this was my reality, I'd be like smarter than everybody here, be smarter than everybody else that I met. I would feel like I was smarter than everybody else.
Okay.
But it's basically because the AI would dumb down all the other NPCs to make it seem like I was the smartest guy, like I was the main character. Okay. But they would also give me tragedy to make it not seem like I'm like the best dude on the planet.
Oh man.
So, but you were always in VR and you just didn't fucking know it.
Damn, that sounded like Fable almost.
Yeah, but
Fable 2 is like that.
But the fucking part of this story is like, so there's this guy who was a janitor, right, in this world. He didn't know he was in VR, and so he's living his whole life. He's a janitor at Harvard. And everybody that he sees, all the students, they seem like they're dumb as fuck. They're always on their phones. And somebody asked them, when was the Constitution like created? Nobody could fucking name the year.
Wow.
Everybody's fucking dumb. And he was just like, fuck all these people. They're fucking stupid. I'm getting by being a janitor. I'm fine with that. I get time to read my books and all this shit. And then one day, this fucking hot chick walks up to him and was like, hey, how you doing? You want to get out of this world? This isn't even real.
Oh.
And then he was like, what? Nah, you're tripping. Like, he's like, you're tripping. Because, like, nobody, like, talks to him in this world. And so she's like, oh, no, this really is fake. She snaps her fingers and everything stops.
Whoa.
And then he's like, what the fuck? And so she's like, yeah, you want to get out of here? I'll show you the real world. But we need your help for the real world. Like, we really need your help. We need your skills because you seem like you're really smart. We really need you because the world is going to end because the sun is going supernova before it's supposed to.
Goddamn.
And everybody's in VR, but nobody knows it.
Oh, shit.
So they pull him out. He's like, all right. He's like, I have this theory of everything. I read all these books. I think I'm pretty smart, blah, blah, blah. So he meets the team of all these smart people that are supposed to, like, stop the
son.
the supernova from happening. And he's like, yeah, I got the theory of everything. I want to get all this stuff done. And the head guy is like dismissing him. And he's like, no, for real. He's like, I'm smart. I have all these theories. And the guy was like, oh, you just don't get it, do you? And he's like, let me tell you about the golden mean. He's like, basically, the AI dumbs down everything for you. So you make it seem like you're smart. But nobody's that dumb. He's like, out here, we're smart. And he's like, we didn't pull you out of this fucking environment to be the smartest guy. He opens up the door. He's like, we needed you to be a janitor.
Oh, god damn. That's some Twilight shit.
Like,
Twilight Zone shit.
Yeah, all the stories are... Some of the stories are way worse than that. They're really fucked up.
Damn.
That sounds like some Black Mirror
What's the name of the book again?
It's called Restricted Fantasies Volume 1.
God damn.
Yeah,
It's
it
really
sounds like
good.
Black Mirror. Almost.
Yeah, it's like Black Mirror. Yeah.
You know, they didn't make an episode. That'd be fucking crazy.
Well, Black Mirror is about to debut in a couple weeks.
Some new shit?
season. Yeah, then the one we talked about, the Choose Your Own Adventure episode is going to be in it. And there's a couple other ones that they were talking about recently.
Fucking apparently, I guess Full House dropped tonight.
Fuller House.
Fuller House.
Titties dropping?
Yeah. Oh, titties bouncing.
Stephanie.
Good shit. So
Wait, quick question before we switch gears. So y'all guys think since Sony isn't gonna be at E3, do you think they're like the people that go there are the enrollment's gonna drop? Are people going?
No,
Wait,
no,
what?
not at
No.
all. No, because first of
the
all,
attendance.
The attendance, yeah.
No,
'cause-
attendance will be big, especially if it's open again to the public.
yeah, that's a big thing. But originally, this used to be a industry only event, so that the attendance will probably never go down for that. But yeah, people still want to go see the Nintendo stuff and the Xbox stuff, but
And Steam.
they're also still gonna show games that are
Yep.
on the PlayStation.
The studios like Bethesda
Yeah, like
and all of
Bethesda.
them will be there.
Yeah, it'll be pretty interesting. It makes me wonder if they're going to Gamescom.
Yeah, well, they haven't said anything. They haven't
Yeah,
pulled
I mean,
out
it's
anymore.
usually it's after E3. It's usually a little later. If they're going to be any at the PAX shows.
Does Sony own Square Enix or Square Enix its own developer?
They're their own developer.
All right,
Yeah.
that always fucking confused me.
They used to be exclusive to. They used to be exclusive to fucking Nintendo.
Nintendo, yeah,
Then they were exclusive to Sony. Now they go to everybody.
Okay.
about that money.
Let's talk about one of these studios, Bethesda. Done dropped some shit that got everybody in a fucking hissy fit.
Well, they dropped some shit that's still in the package for me.
Yeah, me as well. You're not the only one.
I actually want to play it, but yeah.
Ooh.
The Madriscals, they're still alive.
Yeah.
Actually, where I'm at in the game, they're pretty much all dead. So
Bethesda dropped Fallout 76, and basically, most people are trashing it. I think on Metacritic, it has like a 55%, which is fucking awful.
It's an F.
With the users, it's like a 2.9
goddamn.
out of 10. Folks are angry about it. People go hard for Fallout. It's one of those big-ass fucking franchises. Fallout 4, some people love, some people hate it. I have mixed reviews with it. But
Y'all hear about the guy who was pissed off at GameStop?
Oh
yes.
got fucking mad.
So if you haven't heard, this guy he bought Fallout 76, and he tried to return the game. And I don't know how many days it was, because you have like I think 3 or 7 days to return it for a full refund.
Yeah.
And if not, you get store credit or whatnot. And they wouldn't. I guess he went past that or something. I don't know when the game dropped. But they wouldn't give him his refund. They wouldn't give him money back. They were going to give him store credit. So he got super pissed and he trashed the store.
It's all on YouTube.
Dude,
Oh, man.
It came out November 14th, so it's not even been 7 days. Well, I think it's 7 days right now, but
Yeah.
Whatever it was, they were like, nope.
Yeah, they told him nope.
we're not taking that shit back.
Ice cream machine broke, dog.
Yeah, I mean, we all know GameStop's like notorious. You could have a brand new PS4 still in the box, a new Xbox One X still in the box, a bunch of controllers, VR headset, HTC Vive. Return that shit to GameStop, and they'll be like, "We give you $350."
Well, remember,
that.
Bethesda did some shit like a lot of people didn't like Elder Scrolls Online either, whether on PC or consoles. I tried playing that. That was trash as hell.
True.
I don't know about them with the online MMO stuff, man. I really don't.
Dude, right now, Walmart has it for sale for $40.
Already. Damn.
Before
site.
ahead of Black Friday.
Yeah, before Black
Damn.
Friday, it's on there for $40.
It just dropped. That's a bad
Well, hold
look.
on. It's so now Black Friday is
Tomorrow.
a week.
Car alarm
Yeah, it sounds like it's my car alarm.
just stopped.
Somebody stole it. I don't give a shit. Have fun with the fucking leaky ass overflow tank. And bust that fucking airbag in the back.
Just follow the trail of.
Follow the ooze.
All right.
So wait, what did you? Neither of you have played this. I think.
Yeah,
I've played it.
Well, you played the
Oh,
beta,
you played
right?
the beta, but not.
But the beta, as far as I understand, is the actual game.
Oh yeah.
So let me give me 1 sec. Let's do a quick promo, and then we'll talk about the rest of the game. So this is the perfect time to talk about GameStop. Oh, I'm sorry, GameFly, because if you are not sure about this game, GameFly is a perfect way to do this. So GameFly is basically it's a rental game service to where you pay them a monthly fee every month, and you get a game in the mail, and when you're done playing, you send it back. It's a great service. So say you want to play Earthfall, Far Cry 5. And Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So you make a list, and you'll get Far Cry 5 first. When you're done with the game, you pass it, or you just don't like it, you send it back. They send you back Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You play that one until you're done or whatever. And say you love Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You can buy the game. They'll send you the box art and all that stuff, and you get to buy it as like a used game fee. It's a pretty great service. This service will be great for Fallout 76 because in case you happen to be a giant Fallout fan, you might like this game, all right? You might like this game.
Yep.
Or even if you're just like a normal gaming fan, you still might like it. We might trash on this podcast, which I'm probably going to. And it could be for you. But this is a great time for you to try the game out, the full game out, without buying the entire game. And so this is an excellent service or something like this. And say you don't have a console, you can play games on a Fire TV. You can play games on your LG and Samsung Smart TV and a couple of other streaming services, so it's awesome for that. They have over 8,000 new and used games on pretty much every console this generation and last generation, and probably if you wanted to, the one before that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, before you move on, it looks like they have a cool Black Friday sale going on. If you go to the first dot in their little ad thingy, looks like they have a special going on.
do they? Because I know they sell games too, like right from the jump. Yeah. So you can save up to 50% on games, and you get you get the original codes included and new cases and inserts. So that's
Nice.
pretty great. And prices start as low as $4. That includes Blu-ray and DVDs. So yeah, this also works for movies and TV shows and stuff like that. So this is a great service. So if you go to gameflyoffer.com/BTI, you will get the first month of subscription service on us. That's right. That's a free game. You can play for a month, free on us. So once again, that is gameflyoffer.com/BTI.
Give it to somebody for the holiday.
Yeah, for a free month of subscription on us. This is great for the holidays.
Yes, it is.
All right, so back to Fallout 76. So I actually played the beta, and it was kind of hit or miss. All right, so things that were good. I didn't like they added in a new survival aspect, which I did not like. Which is funny because in Red Dead Redemption 2, I didn't mind it at all. Like the eating and drinking, the eating system and the stamina system, I didn't really mind because
They made it fun.
it didn't stop me.
Yeah.
From anything. Like you can get underweight, but I wasn't gonna fucking die.
Good.
And the thing was, if you were underweight, you actually got bonuses if you were underweight. There was good and bad.
Okay.
The good part was that your stamina would last longer. The bad part was that you would just take more damage.
Makes sense.
If you were fat, it was vice versa. In this game, if you didn't eat or drink enough, which I'm like, why do you have to eat and drink? That's fucking bullshit. It was negative, both ways.
Okay.
Especially and the radiation thing. It was just too much survival shit. That's annoying as fuck. There was pretty much no NPCs in the game. It was all
not
just
a good look
basically
for Fallout.
Yeah, basically going to a console and getting missions. That was kind of annoying. Yeah, it was like little nitpicky things, you know. But it kind of adds up, and you're online, but not really. I mean, you're in this gigantic map. And there's maybe 8 people on the map with you, and you don't have to interact with them at all. You could just basically play as a single player, which is fine for me because I'm like Kirito. I solo my shit. But for other people, if you want to have like a real online experience, if you do not already have a squad, don't play this fucking game.
Damn.
Because nobody's gonna squad up with you.
Wasn't there like a giant I've been looking online. There was like a 47 gig patch that was released earlier this week.
Yeah, because there was a
That
lot.
fix anything?
There's a bunch of glitches in the game, and they need to add more content. Which I mean, this game's probably gonna get better over time if they stick with it. If they take the No Man's Sky route, this game will be excellent. But I doubt they'll do that.
But remember what we just said too. It's very much looking like in the next 2 years, which it took about No Man's Sky to get completely right, as you guys mentioned, we'll probably be on to new consoles.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
and that's way too long. Sure. So you should not buy a game for $60 that is incomplete. That is unacceptable.
And they should change their policy on games. Like even if it's open, you should be able to return that shit if it's a horrible game. Like there should be like maybe like you know how if you buy a car and it turns out to be a lemon, you can get your money back or whatever. They should have something like that with video games.
I think Steam does actually.
I know Steam does, yeah, because it's like a digital thing.
Yeah, I think you have a week, and then sometimes you have more than that. Like so, with No Man's Sky in particular, they made that substantially longer.
What I know with Steam, like they actually track how long you're playing the game, so it's like a certain amount of days and how many hours you played it. Because I returned a game, a VR game, on Steam, and they took it back. There was enough naked chicks in it.
Real quick, too, I know, Stitch, you've been crazy busy. You haven't been on for a long, long time.
geez, yeah.
I know you didn't watch She-Ra and all that stuff, but you have been playing Spidey.
Yeah.
Did you ever even get a chance to tell us your thoughts on
I
Spidey?
really-
You're the Spider-Man guy.
I loved it. It was fun. I guess I recently unlocked the
The heist,
the
Black.
heist.
Oh, and Black, whatever her name is.
Black
Black
Cat,
Black Cat, yeah.
Black Panther.
So I haven't got a chance to play that. I was probably going to do that over the next couple days, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, it was fun.
Did you platinum?
Not yet.
The fuck is wrong with you?
I got shit to do. I need to. What do I need to do? I need to go complete some crimes and some other. Or go solve some crimes.
Have you passed the game though? Like
Yeah,
have
I
you-
beat the game.
Okay.
Yeah. I really liked the story. Especially, I was excited to, and I try to keep myself isolated from spoilers, but I knew I'd be running into like Scorpion, Rhino, and stuff like that, which I was really excited to. I was like, oh shit, here we go. And so that was really fun to take those guys on and just see the development in the relationship between Parker and Octavius. That was really awesome to see. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was really, really fun. So the only thing I got a little bit annoyed with was sometimes going to Mary Jane and doing her little
switching her
creeping
story
around little thing.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, it's cool. And then I was like, okay.
But that auction lady though, that booty she had, god
an
damn,
ass,
she was
though. Okay.
thick,
She had an ass.
extra thick.
But overall, it was really fun. Loved how they tied in Miles. So
Yeah.
that was a nice
Was-
touch.
Did you
What's your
enjoy it?
favorite
Did you
costume?
enjoy it as much as some of the? Sorry to step on you, but did you enjoy it as much as some of like the Spidey movies or on par, or Spidey cartoons?
Oh man, I mean, this was everything I wanted to make sure I didn't die before I got a chance to play. and everything. So it was well worth the hype, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. My favorite, I sort of switch. At first, I was going around with the Iron Spider costume because I liked the whole making my arms come out kind of deal. Then I switched over to the Stark one, the Stark Power, where he's got the little drone that comes out and just electrocutes everyone.
The one from the movie, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's his suit, but he has a little drone that comes out and just starts electrocuting people and flying around.
That's one of their powers.
Oh, you're talking about that's a gadget.
Yeah, well, it's
But it's-
associated with the suit power.
Yeah,
in
it's-
the game.
I think it's the one from
No, that's a
from
gadget.
Homecoming. It's a Homecoming suit, right? I think that one's the one that has the drone that comes out of the
Yeah.
chest. But no, there's also So there's also like one of the abilities you unlock too.
Yeah,
are the
that-
drones that
that
come
was
out.
that was the one
Yeah.
that unlocked
Yeah, I just
with
did
that
not-
one. So I just
Okay.
sort of paired it up with that one, and
Well,
then
you
but
know
it was
you
a little
can-
bit overpowered, so I kind of stopped messing with that one too much because it
One
just
thing,
made it easy.
one thing about the game though is that you can get the suit powers on a different suit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
you can
love
just
that.
mix and match. And I think they unlocked like three other additional ones with these new heists that they showed off. They looked really cool. It's like another Iron Spider one that looks pretty awesome. But I thoroughly loved it. It's a high 9 for me. I still want to play some more of the DLC that came out, but I love it. It's something I'm gonna keep playing and enjoying.
That game was great. I would probably give it probably a half a point to a point higher if they would have fixed the gadget system.
Yeah,
That
was a
gadget
legitimate-
shit like really pissed me off.
That was a legitimate critique. I'm gonna say this too. I have played the heist, the first one. I'm almost at the very end of it. I like just about everything about it. The only thing I will say, Felicia isn't cat-like and as hot as she's looked in some other like Spider-Man games. But
Yeah.
other than that, it's
So
all good.
for the heist, is it just like an option in the menu, or you have to play the game through
So
again?
that's one nitpicky thing I have. It's not very obvious where the DLC is after you download it, but
Yeah.
you have to like go into your regular game, like just continue New Game Plus, and then hit like I think pause go to your scrolling menu in the
much
pause
fucking
menu,
work.
and I think go all the way to the right is the DLC, and then start that separately.
Oh, okay.
So at first I was like, where the fuck is the DLC? You know, but
I thought you had to go back to your crib or some shit and like try
yeah,
to smash.
that's,
and,
I was looking for about 5-10 minutes.
He's like, before you get in these kitty draws, I need you to steal something for me.
Because you're so familiar with the menu too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're just like, I'm not gonna read everything on the menu. I know what's already on there.
And also
for the
it fucking
game and
changes.
shit.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
I was able to. I started a little bit of Red Dead.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Good for
I did not. I played a little bit of the first one, but I always got bored just traveling by horses and Western kind of stuff. But
You
I
didn't
know
fast
it's
travel.
well. I mean, when I started out playing the first one, and I just kind of lost interest in it and stuff. So I mean, obviously, Red Dead is a classic. So I was like, yeah, I'll jump in this one and give it another go around. So I'm way early into it. I think I just captured somebody with my lasso, so I just unlocked that part. So I'm crazy stupid early. I had the decision of like, do I want to just rough this dude up or kill him? And I was like, oh fuck, here we go with the moral compass. So I was like, it's gonna bite me in the ass, so let me just fuck him up and kill him.
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I am so far in this game. I'm trying not to spoil it for any of you guys.
Appreciate it.
I'm basically like fucking next year.
Damn.
Like for you guys, it's ridiculous.
Did you beat the actual story already?
So I don't want to spoil shit for you.
Okay.
All right, but I'm in like I'm in the epilogue,
Oh.
and the fucking epilogue has chapters.
What?
God damn.
Damn.
So-
Okay.
And this is
Uh-oh.
hands
Drum
fucking
roll.
down the greatest prequel of all time.
Woo!
Of any media of all time. Any media.
Ooh, boy.
And once you get to like the point to where I'm at, you will understand because you're gonna get to a point in the game where you're gonna have a revelation and your dick might get hard.
Oh.
It is that fucking good, or you
Busting
you
loads.
might get fucking wet if you're a chick.
Nice.
Your gender, whatever, you still got one or the other. So fuck you. Alright?
Wait until December to finish the game then, because not November.
Yeah.
Got 9 more days.
It's so ridiculously good. I can't even the only game for me that beat it for game of the year is God of War.
Okay.
Only because as a father, that game hit me punched me deep in the feels. But in this one, it's gonna get. God damn it!
Boy.
I can't even say because it's gonna spoil shit for you guys.
Yeah,
you guys will see once it's gonna take you into
I gotta buy this game.
next month or probably into January to get to where I'm at.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Not for me. I'm like maybe a chapter or not a chapter. I'm like a chapter and a half.
No, you're not.
Well, I'm still close to because I haven't played in a few days, so I'm still about to leave. I'm about to leave New Orleans.
Yeah, you're way far behind.
Damn.
Like where I'm at. Like you're way far behind. So yeah, once you think you beat the game, then you'll understand what I'm talking about. Because there's a part where it's like you think it's the end, but it's totally not. And the thing is, it takes the same path, a similar path to the first Red Dead Redemption.
Ooh, I
So
will say that was memorable.
Yes.
That was great and very memorable to me.
So if you remember that,
I do.
then you know exactly where this is going to go.
I like it. I like
And-
what you talk about.
But the epilogue goes way longer.
Is that,
So
is that
that's
truly
rain.
rain?
That's
Okay, I was about to say,
rain,
is that
yeah.
a plane or?
Yeah.
We're about to die.
The end.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so fucking good. Cause I was playing the game and I was like, I thought I was near the end, but I didn't unlock all the guns and shit. And I'm
Yeah.
like, how did I not unlock all this shit? And then I got to the end and I was like, this is not the end at all. Like this is not what I expected at all.
Dude, I'm so impressed that you're loving it because you've said very clearly on this show many times that God of War has ruined you for a lot of other games, you know.
It did.
And this one seems to have restored the faith, which is awesome to hear.
It did. Yeah.
And I can't wait to get deeper into it. I'm Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I plan on going deep.
Actually, hold on. If anybody's playing this game, playing Red Dead Redemption 2 right now, and you're wondering how good this game is, I'll give you a hint. Explore the entire map. The entire map, particularly to the west.
Oh god.
West. All right.
Explore to the west.
West side!
Anywhere in the west. And then if you played the first one, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
I like it.
So,
I gotta pick up this game. I guess they're selling me on it.
The golden.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the golden joysticks?
the golden
Yes.
eggplant? What?
Yeah.
What the
Not
fuck?
quite.
Not quite as good. Yeah. I mean, obviously God of War cleaned up. You know.
Oh, I wanted to. Well,
Go ahead.
I wanted to talk
this is
about
an actual
one game.
award show?
Yeah, this award show has been around for 35 years.
Speak on it.
It's been around since '83.
I think I
That
said the
was-
same thing last year too.
Yeah.
Probably
So
did.
this is a UK based award show about the game industry
Where was that?
across
I'm just kidding.
across the pond. But yeah, God of War did clean house. Red Dead won a few. I'm trying to look at. I had the list up a second ago.
I know they honored Miyazaki-san as a lifetime
Yeah, he got a
achievement.
lifetime achievement
That's
award.
kinda
There's a few other winners. Monster Hunter won an award.
cool. Oh, okay.
Fortnite won the top honors though.
Nice.
Fortnite won the Ultimate Joystick Award or the Ultimate Game Trophy or whatever.
It's a big game.
So, but the
I
game
don't get
came out
that.
like two. Yeah, the game came out.
Hey,
I really don't. I'm sorry. If you tell me that Fortnite is better than fucking God of War,
I think they were different categories.
They're different
I think
categories.
they're
but it was the
completely-
ultimate, right? So that's
Yeah,
basically
they're
game
Ultimate.
of the year then, right?
Yeah, I
No,
guess
but I
it's.
thought Game of the Year
Game
was
of the Year-
separate from Ultimate.
Yes, Game of the Year is different, but they have the Ultimate, which is their top honor. They have an
Oh.
Ultimate Award.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
What won game of the year?
God of War, I think. Right?
I believe God of War. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna
trying
say
to
there's no way you put fucking Fortnite in the same goddamn universe as God of War.
You can't even put it as a bestseller either because it's free.
It is free, but I mean,
I mean,
money-wise, in terms of what it earns
Yeah,
for
that's true.
Epic, let's not shit on that. It
Yeah.
earns big money for Epic. Come on now.
All
But-
kinds of
yeah.
kinds of money.
But yeah, I mean, was this televised? I always hear about the results after.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. It might have been. It was probably on Spike or some shit.
Do they still have fucking Spike? Is that a channel? I thought that
Yeah.
changed.
I have no idea.
Esquire is now it.
Oh god.
Oh, this did air. It aired.
Esquire, I think of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
There you go, Esquire.
Actually, no. You know what's? I hate Esquire, but Brewdogs.
Yeah, Brewdogs is great.
Oh,
That's worth watching.
Yeah. That's good. You just downing eggs, man. You doing Rocky Balboa on here?
I'm doing honeydews.
There you go.
What
Yeah.
the heck?
Old Ninja, have you already gotten Battlefield?
Oh yeah, Battlefield 5. I got it yesterday.
All right. Have you still? Is it still loading? Or are you
No, I
dick
put,
in?
no, I went. I put the tip in.
Oh.
There's only. I didn't go full shaft yet. There's still a lot to kind of unpack because there's some new, like playing the game. I'm like, oh, this is more Battlefield, but slightly prettier. And then like I realized that you're able to do shit that you couldn't do in previous games. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So what happened? What had happened was, I'm in a house, and inside the house it gives me a prompt to do something, and
This is multiplayer?
I'm playing a medic. Yeah, I'm playing. I was playing team deathmatch, and it gives me a prompt to build. I'm like, wait, am I playing as an engineer or as a medic? And I was
Fortnite?
like,
What?
Yeah. So like, if you're inside a house, no matter what class you're in, you can reinforce an area by like boarding up windows, boarding up the doors.
You could do that in Battlefield 1.
Battlefield 1?
Yes. You could close the windows and reinforce.
No, reinforce like build reinforcements.
Oh yeah. You didn't have no hammer.
because
and
no,
shit.
you get a hammer, you get a toolkit, and every class has this. You have a toolkit where you can border up stuff. Like people cannot look into the house that you're in. They'd have to shoot out your barrier.
Damn, or blow it up.
On top of that, if you level it up, because I haven't been able to do this, you can build sandbags in the area, and then in place a turret. And I
Holy
guess
shit.
depending on what level you are, you can get different kinds of turrets. You can have an unshielded
Yeah.
turret. You can have a turret with the shield on it. And yeah, and I was just like, what the fuck? It was like fucking weird. And then like, if you are any class, anybody can revive anybody.
Okay, so they fixed that because that was something I think Kronos brought up in the beta that was weird.
Yeah, but it's also the attrition system. Did you explain that?
No, I don't know what the attrition is. Well, I'm getting
What
to
you
what I
playing?
experienced so far. So
Oh.
basically, if any of your team or anyone from your team goes down, you can revive them
Can
no
you
matter what
clarify,
class
though?
you are.
Can you clarify? Are you talking about your squad or your team?
If I'm getting there,
Sorry.
jumping in, interrupting.
Fuck your couch.
So anyone from your team that goes down near your vicinity, no matter what class you are, whether you be medic, support, sniper, scout class, or assault, you can revive that person. You can get them up. However, if you are the medic, you get that person up faster. If you are anyone else, you're reviving your teammate. It takes like a good 15 to 25 seconds to get someone up. If you're a medic, it takes like 10 to 15 seconds to get somebody up. So it leaves you super exposed if you're not a medic.
But so there's a reason why anybody can revive somebody now. It's because they have this attrition system, which is where you have limited ammo and health. So they needed to put that in there because when I played the beta, I'm pretty sure you could not. No, not all classes could revive, which pissed me off.
Yeah, I remember you had that complaint.
Because there was definitely limited ammo and
Yeah,
limited
yeah.
health. Because
So-
they have regenerative health, but it's only sort of. So it's not like Call of Duty regenerative health.
No, it's not. But also, if you are building, you can build an ammo supply station for your team.
Yeah.
And you can build a medical supply station for your team.
Same
where-
with Battlefield 1. That was in there. Right?
No, you can build a station where anyone can come up to it and pick up medical supply. It's a static portion of the map. So you build this, and anyone in the team can come to it and get it. Also, they switched it out to where if you're giving out med packs and ammo packs, you can only give it out if someone requests it or if they're in need of it. You can't just randomly throw shit out.
Oh, fuck. Really?
Yeah, they have to need it or request it, and then you're able to throw it out.
It's the attrition system.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a little different. And then
It's different. Okay.
well, I mean, it's good and bad. I mean, it forces you. What they're trying to do, the whole point of the attrition system is to get you to play as a team,
yes.
and so you have to rely on other players.
Yeah.
Like to get, which is, I mean, if you're in a war, you got to rely on somebody else, right? So,
I get
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
yeah.
So if you're not a medic, you can actually heal yourself once. So everyone starts with one med pack.
Okay.
So if you get hit and you're in a jam and you're trying to get something, you can heal yourself once. But after that, you're going to need a medic to either continue to heal you or someone's got to revive you.
So you jumped right into multiplayer, though? You didn't play
No,
any of the single-
I did play one single player campaign, which is a weird, because you can pick whatever. There's, I think, 4 or 5 of them, and one of them's locked. It's time locked. So on
Yeah,
December
and
4th,
that's
it'll unlock,
bullshit.
which is there's a campaign locked to December 4th, and there's a multiplayer mode that's locked until December 6th.
See, this is
So I'm like, huh?
like Battlefield 1. I love the stories, but they didn't have enough of them. It was like a couple, and to me they were amazing, but they didn't have enough, and they didn't add. I don't think they added any more, or they didn't add enough. You know,
I don't know. I mean, each one has certain chapters. I mean,
Yeah, but there wasn't enough chapters though.
this one, I mean, I played one and it was longer than I anticipated. There's a lot more to do, but I don't think it was super long. I mean, some could be longer than others. I don't know. I've only completed one.
Just add
But
more though. I mean, if you're gonna do it, just add more. Because I think it's a lot of stuff they're based on historical events, and for me that's really cool. It's like being somebody who's in the military that has like a decent amount of military history, but they don't have enough of them in there. I'm like, these would be really cool for like people today to enjoy a video game, but like get some history in there as well.
Yeah, the one I played was a Nordic mission where you're in Norway and the Nazis are trying to build, or they're trying to use hard water so they can build a bomb. So it's
Are you talking about ice?
No, they call it hard water.
I'm just kidding, man.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, what? No, it's just like a heavy high density water, but like you gotta. It's like you're a teenage girl though. It's like weird. She looks like a teenager. I don't know. If she
Is
is
this
or
the one
not.
where you're on skis and shit?
Yeah.
I want to play that one.
Yeah, you can escape people on fucking skis. I literally passed the whole encampment. Everyone trying to shoot me when I was on fucking skis.
That's
Apparently-
it's like the biathlon, like the Winter Olympics biathlon.
Oh yeah.
That's actually-
Because you have the gun on your back.
Yeah. So that was actually the last Family Guy episode. It was Meg was in the biathlon. It was That was one of the greatest episodes
Yeah.
ever.
So if you're a fan of that, if you've ever watched For Your Eyes Only, it's a James Bond film. That's what they're famous for. But you only get like, I think one shot with that thing or something. Or I think you have to like expel the clip. But it's not like a rapid fire thing. There's some like weird controls that kind of work but don't work. Like whatever. Hopefully they fix that later on. I mean, they're not super huge, but like objective markers are not in the single player. They're like, so you have like a compass at the top, but usually when you're playing a single player game, they show you in the 3D world, like you need to go to this door, and this door is like highlighted, or a particular person is highlighted. That's not the case in the chapter that I played. I was like, I literally skied past my objective. I almost
skied it?
Yeah, well, yeah, but
Skeet.
yeah, ski all over these fucking Nazis. But yeah, so hopefully they adjust that. I mean, DICE is usually notorious about fucking up their UI. You can customize your soldiers so you can be male or female, and scars, war paint, all kinds of crazy shit.
Are you gender fluid?
I guess you could be if you wanted to be in this game. I don't think it matters to me. I mean, it's you can be whoever you want to be in the game, pretty much. So, I mean, another thing is there's subclasses to classes.
The fuck, really?
So there's two different kinds of medics. There's a combat medic
And a nurse.
and a field medic and a nurse. God dang. Oh damn. Hello, nurse. Oh, titties long. But there's also like there's the scout. You can be a scout or a pathfinder. Basically, they have different perks.
Okay.
And I don't know if they have different weapons because I'm not that high level. Because almost everything's locked for me so far.
That makes sense. I mean, you got to play it for a long time.
Yeah, you got to play
unlock
for a minute. There's also like they changed Rush. They call it battle something. I don't know. I don't remember what it's called. But it's like it's kind of like Turning Point from Battlefront, where you have to take points in progression. Once you capture a point, it expands to more points. The map opens up. Once you capture those, it opens up again. One team has to defend people from advancing. The other one has to advance. So you get to the edge of the map. And it's a huge fucking map. And there's a whole bunch of shit going on. You can call in fucking airstrikes that lit up like a good quarter of the fucking map.
Okay, I want to do
It's
that.
fucked up.
I want to do that.
I didn't know half the shit that was going on. I was like just trying to stay alive and shit. It was fucking crazy. I'm still trying to figure out some of these new systems. I'm still trying to unlock the subclasses because every class has at least one subclass so far.
That's
So,
cool. That's good.
yeah, I've only played one campaign series. I'm looking to play a little bit more to find out, you know, what more people are having issues with. Because I only have issues with the UI so far. I don't know what else everyone else is complaining about. If you're complaining about your gender in the game, you're fucking stupid because it's a first-person shooter. You don't really see who you are. You just hear them. It's fucking dumb.
All right.
But yeah.
Dude, I need to game with you guys. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
man.
think I've ever played any online. Well, I think with you two, I think I played with Kronos once. We played like Call of Duty or something in the past, but maybe I think it might have been even like Counter Strike or
God damn.
PC gaming. Like, it's been a
What
while.
the-
Wow.
The fuck?
Wow, yeah. Let's fucking go, man.
Can we play Pac-Man? Or
Oh! Yeah, we did. We played the. We were in the Pac-Man tournament. What was it, last year?
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that shit was hilarious.
That was awesome.
I beat the old the guy who won. It was
Nice.
awesome. Then I lost to a chick, and then I got mad, and I was like, after it, because I was kind of drunk. Actually, I was really drunk because
Yeah, you've been drinking. Yeah, it was a beer week.
And then I asked the chick respectfully. I was like, "Yo, can we play another game?" I was like, "I'll pay for the whole game. Like, I just need to make sure. I want to see if you're just like way better than me or not." So we played, and I fucking beat her. I was like, "God damn it!"
Yeah. Could have had it all like Adele.
Real quick, let's switch it up again. We talked last week, obviously, RIP to the infamous and legendary.
Dude, you know.
What?
No, I was gonna say Stan Lee. What's so crazy about that guy is that like he had an impact on multiple generations.
Oh, yeah.
and even generations after this, he's still gonna have an impact.
Of
on
course. He's amazing, you know?
He would be immortal.
Yeah.
When you create your own universe, that's literally probably one of the top accomplishments you can do.
Keeps living on.
Created a universe.
But somebody was out here cucking, hating on.
We're only allowed to talk shit on dead people.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? That's the new rule here. Only Black and the Black is able to shit on dead people. Yeah, and we didn't even do that. Come on. Not
Actually,
with,
we do it all the time. But
yeah, well, not with this
Not
guy.
Stan
We didn't do it
Lee.
this time.
no, Stan Lee. No.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he's the only RIP we ever put his name in the title.
No, I mean we've pulled some restraints a couple times, so.
But no, I'm saying like his Stan Lee name is in that episode.
Oh.
Like, we never done that before.
we didn't do that with Prince or
No.
MJ? Or?
He died before we started
Blue,
podcasting.
Blue is correct
Okay, all right.
because I named the episodes. So
No. Who we talking about? Bill Maher, goddammit. Everybody fucking heard about it. He's doubling down, talking all kind of shit about how only in a world where people praise comic books, I'm paraphrasing, people praise comic books as great literature do you elect Trump. He also says
What?
He's gone off the fucking wagon with some of his comments. Basically, he didn't respect Stan Lee's legacy at all. He basically said he got people to go out to movies, I guess, and kind of shrugged it off. No big deal that Stan Lee passed. Your boy is tripping.
It was not our boy.
Seriously, yeah.
Actually-
he's fucking tripping off his.
I'll be honest with you. I had some respect for him before this. I mean, it definitely, actually, it dramatically diminished when he thought that it was okay for him to say the N-word
On air.
because he had black girlfriends.
Yep.
I was like, no. It's like, I can't call you, I can't even say it, like a Jewish fucking word, you know, because I know you or I had a Jewish girlfriend. Like, that's fucking bullshit. You don't gain rights. It's not even a fucking right to say shit like
You don't
that.
get a black card or
Yeah,
whatever.
no, you don't. Just for dating somebody. You didn't live that experience at all. And this is coming from me, somebody that doesn't even use the word.
Yep.
So I don't think it should be used by anybody. But that's just me.
Did it go lower for you after this, though?
Oh,
with the
yeah.
Stan Lee?
It definitely went lower because I'm like, dude, you don't even understand what the fuck is going on right now. It was entertainment, just like Bill Maher. You're in the entertainment industry. If you think that you're giving out a bunch of like information to people, if you think you're making the world a better place, you're wrong because you have a bunch of people on there that are entertainers.
Yeah, he does
And you're
stand up.
entertaining people.
He's a stand up comedian before his show.
You know what made him look really fucking stupid? I loved this. So in the outtakes for Iron Man 3,
Yeah, he's in
he
the.
was in the fucking movie.
Oh, what the fuck?
You know what I mean? Like,
Actually, I don't think he's in. I think he's in the outtakes as well as in the movie briefly, because they interview.
Maybe that's why he's salty. He's salty he got cut or some
yeah,
shit.
he wanted to be in Avengers Infinity
Yeah,
War. He wanted
right.
that $2 billion money.
Oh,
you
he
know?
wants to be
Yeah,
turned
it's
to
all
dust.
Let's
Now
see.
he's fucking dust.
This dude said that he mocked those mourning Lee who pretended that comic books are sophisticated literature.
Christ. Stay in your fucking
Dude,
lane,
comic
dude.
books change fucking people's lives. Like, there's people who came out and said, like, you know, I was like in depression or stuff like that, and like reading this comic kind of made me feel better. And like, there's a lot of shit happening in comics that isn't covered that well in like other type of literature.
Dude, Tony Stark in the drinking stuff,
Yeah.
taught me quite a bit.
Wasn't
I
he
mean,
hitting
Hank
women
Pym,
too and shit?
Hank Pym with his domestic violence, schizophrenia.
Well, I
Racism and shit.
The problem is, so on the surface, he's kind of right. Is that most comics do not tackle serious issues,
Nah.
but certain ones do. But that's showing to his ignorance. I mean, there are a lot of comics out there that tackle some really serious issues that he just doesn't understand because he's showing his ignorance.
That's it.
You know, and if he doesn't get that, but he should not have. I am never going to speak on a place of ignorance. Like when we talk on this podcast, you will never see me get into a serious argument with either Cthulhu's Prodigy or Stitch about fucking baseball. About fucking, and
I am. Fuck it.
maybe football
hit a
because I have
touchdown.
some experience with football. Sure. But I'll never talk to you guys in any serious manner about basketball or some other kind of shit because that's not my lane. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know shit about that. I've never done research on it. I don't really give a shit about it. There was somebody that obviously doesn't give a shit about that media to sit there and shit on it. It just shows that he's dumb as fuck. And that intellectually, I'm very disappointed in him for doing that.
And shit on somebody that just passed away too. That's kind of fucked up. That's our job.
That's the human part. Even if you don't respect comics, which there's plenty of adults who don't respect comics. I get that. A 95-year-old guy that was beloved passed away. Do you have to, within the first 48 hours, fix your lips to say some salty-ass shit? You know what I mean?
Well, especially because he brought nothing negative that I know of in this world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He brought entertainment, and if anything, he helped. Honestly, I think he helped the civil rights movement.
Of course he did.
Because he highlighted it through his comics in his own way.
Absolutely.
So
he helped even women's rights too.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm reading it. This is just a headline, the article for an article, and it says Bill Maher addresses controversial about his Stan Lee comment. He says comic book fans outraged, proves his point.
Yeah, he doubled down.
Yeah, he doubled down.
He basically said people who read Stan Lee's comics voted for Trump.
Whatever.
That's just so
That
fucking
doesn't make any sense. No, that's totally wrong. Like, what the fuck?
That's what he said.
That further shows his ignorance. Like, if you really read Stan Lee's comic, you would be less inclined to vote for somebody like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Like, way less inclined.
Way
So
less.
he talked with Larry King, and his first sentence that they quoted him on here, it says, "I don't read comics books. I don't read comic books." How you gonna fucking say like this is some like comic books are fucking bad and dumb and all this shit, and you don't even fucking read them?
It would be like me going out of my way to disrespect like the mother of all romance novel writers. I don't read them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why would I care? And
Ooh.
then why am I going to shit on someone who just died?
So look at this. These are some of his quotes. I guess he said. I believe he said this on the show. I don't know. I haven't watched the show in a while, but he goes on to say that I'm not saying we've necessarily gotten stupider, but the problem is we're using our smarts on stupid stuff. He continues to say, I don't think it's a huge stretch to suggest that Donald Trump could only get elected in our country that thinks comic books are important.
No, because people. How did Hitler get into power?
Yeah.
Were there comic books back then? Did Stanley write them? No. Mussolini? No. Mao? No. Get the fuck out of here with your nonsense. Like, you should know that from, like...
I can't put intelligent thought in his
Yeah.
Shit's just like, I'm done. I'm tapping out.
hurts brain power. But unfortunately, somebody with little brain power is in office right now. So, like, telling us we need more rakes.
A little side.
break some of that down, Stitch.
Yeah, please do. Stitch, you haven't talked enough in this
God.
podcast, so...
Yeah, come on, man.
Break some of that down. Come on,
It's
man.
so hard to even keep up because it's a daily, hourly thing. Like, I get out of class and I just try to get caught up on the world because I live in like a 13-hour bubble where I'm just secluded from shit. And then I'm like, oh, what's going on? Oh, wait, what? Rakes? What? He said what? The Finnish president said this? And
Well, explain that for those who don't know.
well, California's been on fire.
Yeah, it's raining right now.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
It's been on fire. The smoke spread all the way to like the East
I
Coast.
couldn't breathe
and
for
stuff
days.
Like that. Yeah,
I think they said right now, like the smoke is like people in New York can smell it or whatever.
It's the most deadliest fire in the history of the state, or is
Yes.
I think the death toll is like at 70 something,
it's
Yeah.
at 80 something right now? Yeah,
and thousands are missing.
For one fire.
yeah. for
I'm
one
sure
fire.
that there's more dead down in the Woosley fire, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
deadly as well.
Okay.
But that's for one fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's deadly as fuck.
Yeah, so it's a big, huge disaster going on, and the whole state's fucking affected by it. So the president came over, and after saying stupid shit and always shitting on California, but then reaching in our pockets for our money and taxes and shit like that, tried to give his 2 cents on how we can prevent forest fires, like he's Smokey the fucking Bear.
It's a bunch of rain, bunch of vegetation, and then for a couple of years, we don't get fucking shit.
Yep.
All right, so you get all this vegetation and it dies, and then all of a sudden you get kindling for fire. They don't have anything like that. We don't have a fucking winter in this part of California. In other parts, if you say we don't have winter in California, you're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
We do have winter here. We have snow here, just not in the parts that get forest fires. All right, because it gets dry as fuck. But over there, they have winter every year where they get moisture, they get rain, they get fucking snow. Yeah. So yeah, obviously they're gonna have less of a fucking impact from wildfires than we do.
Well, I think they
And you
said
just have
that.
to understand that.
Yeah, I think Finland, the president of Finland came out and said like, I never said anything about raking or some shit like that.
yeah.
But he also
Saying
said
that.
like they get winter for like, or it rains like 300 days out of the year or something like that. So and like they have like very few like forests is there because it's so it was something weird. I can't remember exactly what he said, but it's like you can't compare that country to California. Right?
Yeah.
It's just,
Finland's all the way up north.
Our forests alone are probably larger than the whole country of Finland. We have 33 million acres of fucking forests.
and what like 60% is owned by the government.
No,
or
98% is
Damn.
owned by the fucking
managed
federal.
by the federal.
Yeah,
So
'cause
he's
they're
sort of
national
in
forests.
charge of that shit.
Yeah.
He's in the branch of the federal government. It's ridiculous.
It's so dumb.
Yeah. And that was, what was it, 2 days ago? And then I got out to my car today, or was it yesterday?
We ain't done.
And he's cool with Saudi Arabia and oil and shit like that, which I was like, I want to get a quote because all my offshore people, friends from Louisiana that want to blow Trump every fucking week about, high oil prices are good because blah, blah, blah. And I got me monies and shit in my pocket because they do all that offshore oil drilling and shit down there. They're quiet about him praising Saudi Arabia for low oil prices and shit. I'm like, oh God, this is going to be so good.
But tell what Saudi Arabia did.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Stitch,
Yeah,
I wanted you to speak
explain-
more. Yeah.
No, I didn't. I get very tips of the icebergs on the whole
I know,
thing.
I
So
know.
yeah.
But I want you to talk on a podcast.
No,
Just
yeah. It's all good.
It's good to have you back.
I'm sure people miss you, man.
Yeah.
We missed you.
Yes.
Yes.
So-
It sucks
But-
being away.
I forgot who you were.
I
for
only
a
got
second.
10 more weeks of this.
If you Google the name Khashoggi, I cannot spell it. He's an American journalist who went over to Saudi Arabia, and he mysteriously got murdered, and he was missing for a while, and people were like, "Where's he at?" And then eventually said that he was dead. It ended up being that he was not only was he dead, but he was dismembered.
Yep.
And then the CIA put out a report that he was killed by the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. That he ordered him to be killed, and
For being critical, right?
Yeah, because he was critical of that regime. And the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia is basically the president of Saudi Arabia, if you want to equate it to terms of American terms. All right, so, and now Trump came out and said that we're not going to do any sanctions against, we're not going to do anything against them because our oil per barrel prices are so low right now, and we want to cause a global outrage. We don't want to, I'm about America first. That's literally what he said. I'm about America first, and I don't want to cause some global incident or blah, blah, blah. To me, you're a fucking traitor, and you just, to me, you committed treason. I mean, an American citizen got killed and dismembered on the orders of a fucking leader of a foreign nation, and you want to keep using their, to me, it's blood money now.
Yep. And
take their money. And he said, oh, we have trade agreements with them. I don't really give a fuck. The head guy he murdered one of our citizens. Like, what? How is this not any more fucking clear? But he wants to go back to money. So if you want to say that money is more important than your American citizens, you can go fuck yourself, man. Like, honestly, this is some goddamn Nixon shit. Seriously, to me at least. If y'all want to argue with me, I mean, you can. Give me a fucking valid argument. I don't think you're going to fucking find one.
It seems indefensible.
It's like, fucking for real.
Really
like, think of this. This guy had a fucking family. Think if somebody went over to Saudi Arabia and he got killed, and for like the first fucking 2 or 3 weeks, you had no idea what happened to your dad, and then all of a sudden it comes out that he got murdered, and then it comes out that he got dismembered, and then it came out that the fucking guy that got the hit out was the fucking president of some other country. What the fuck would you think? And then your fucking president says that, oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Oh, we don't want to disturb, the agreements that we have. No, fuck that. You need to come down with at least some fucking sanctions. This is fucking nonsense. This is seriously fucking nonsense.
Can I just say, to piggyback on this, Saudi Arabia needs the U.S. market as well. It's not just, you know what I mean? Like, they need us. And we're the superpower last time I fucking checked.
And the last time I checked, 9/11 happened because they're all fucking Saudi nationals.
Oh,
so
no,
get the
let's
fuck
not
out
forget
of here.
that. Let's not forget that. You're right. I'm with you. I'm with you 2,000%. I'm glad you articulated that.
I've got zero love for fucking Saudi Arabia. Like, seriously.
Oh, look, some people say Prodigy hates women. Saudi Arabia really hates women.
Oh wait, but the women can drive this year.
Yeah, this year, 2018.
This year.
I've been anti-radical feminism and whatnot in the West and in America. You need radical feminism in that country desperately just to get up to a level of being recognized as a human being and an actual person.
Yeah. What's the name of the NBA player?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, what's the name of the NBA player that went to North Korea?
Dennis Rodman.
If Prodigy went to Saudi Arabia, he'd be like the Dennis Rodman.
Dude, hold on. So, Aiden brought up a pretty good point in the chat room. He said, "What? No trade war? Exactly." Fucking Trump. Sorry, President Trump. I gotta fucking put the name on it.
Go ahead.
He's a fucking president.
It's accurate.
We went to trade war with China. Went to trade war with fucking Japan. We went to trade wars with all these other motherfuckers that didn't kill fucking nobody. Didn't kill fucking nobody.
Minding business.
Canada and Mexico.
Yeah, these are all our fucking allies. And all of a sudden, the leader of fucking Saudi Arabia killed somebody by our own fucking intelligence report, and there's no fucking trade war. You don't want to fucking put any sanctions on him? You want to fucking pull anything back?
Don't forget, he also shits on not only the military, but the U.S. intelligence agencies that do this hard work, brave, hard fucking work of trying to keep America safe. Both the military and the intelligence agency do that. These guys are civil servants, doing their fucking jobs, and he shits on them regularly.
And you know what? I'm glad I'm out of the military right now, because as a U.S. Marine, I would have a very hard time, because the U.S. Marine Corps takes orders from the president.
Yes, they do.
And I would have a very hard time from taking any kind of fucking order from him coming down to me with bullshit like this. Like, seriously.
But I love the fact that the military does their job. You know what I mean? Like, no matter who's in office, you know that the military, the CIA, the FBI, they're going to do their fucking job, and that's commendable. Whether it's Nixon, whether it's Trump, whether it's Obama, whoever it is, politically, it doesn't fucking matter. They're going to do their job, and that's awesome. But to get shit on, that's fucking awful.
We're almost always going to do our job, right? I mean, it's going to get down to a point, like, This guy operates in a way where he pretends that a military coup is like fucking impossible. It is not fucking impossible.
That's true. That's true.
It is not impossible.
true.
Every dictator ever fucking thought that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They all thought, oh, it can't happen to me. Like,
And snipe.
seriously. Yeah, like,
Wasn't there some shit recently too? With his daughter and her like she's been using like her personal email account or some shit.
I seen it.
yeah, so this one I'll be fair on. So any liberal that wants to say, oh, well, look, she's doing it too, then you're for Hillary Clinton going to jail then, right?
It should be.
That's the double standard.
The law should apply no matter who does
Yeah,
it.
so
I'm with you on that.
So if you want her to go to jail or have fucking any kind of fucking I don't know, judgment passed on her, it has to go down to Hillary Clinton as well. So
But even vice versa too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Unless you
both.
agree with that, then shut the fuck up.
yeah,
Yeah.
it
So
should be both.
please-
I just think that,
It should be both.
and I'm not choosing any fucking sides on this ridiculous stuff. I just think that they just found it really hypocritical because literally his whole campaign during fucking debates, he's like, lock her up. I'm gonna lock her up for these emails.
Lock
Blah
her
blah
up.
blah.
Lock them both up.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Lock 'em
but
both
I
up.
mean, he
Yeah.
got asked the question by the reporter, and he just like sort of walked away. And we're like, no, you can't be on your soapbox saying throw her into jail. Emails this, emails that during debates, and that was like his fucking go-to. Fucking
Yeah,
Keep
fucking
that
soundbite.
same energy.
Yeah.
You got to keep the same energy. That's what
I mean, he wants to fuck his daughter, so might as well throw her ass in jail. You know, he did put that out there.
That is disturbing as fuck. I
Yes.
forgot about that shit.
How can you
God.
forget about that? That was terrible.
And there were, oh shit, there was something else.
And
I
he's
was gonna
all
say.
telling people, look at her, look at my daughter.
We got 2 more
She's
years
hot.
of this shit with
It's like,
him.
what?
It might not last that long. I mean, honestly, there's something. All these things are adding up. I mean, Nixon thought he could get away with it too.
Yeah.
And I think, what was his name? John Oliver. He said it the best way. He said, this is basically a stupid Watergate. Because they're all so fucking dumb.
But what was the general? I mean, obviously, none of us were alive for Nixon.
Old Ninja was there, man. What you talking about?
Who do you think helped him shred all the
Oh, this motherfucker.
Who do you think came up with that idea?
Was the general public just so fucking blindly, sheepishly, just going off the edge of the cliff
No,
for Nixon
no,
as they are for
Well,
seemed
no,
for
no,
Trump?
no.
Well,
So-
yes, because half of them think the Earth is flat anyway. So
No, the problem with the Nixon days is that they didn't have enough. They don't have the same amount of access to information that we do.
That's true.
We have way more access to information.
Oh yeah.
Remember when Nixon was president, there was no internet. The news media was like it was there, but
4
it was,
channels.
Yeah, it was not a whole lot.
But
I
what,
was-
like, I mean, it's
I was
hard
about
for
to say
me
4chan.
What was the public opinion of Nixon at that time? Obviously, we look back on Nixon. And be like,
You talking about before Watergate or after?
during when the whole shit was starting to develop?
Oh, it was mixed because he started going hard on minorities,
Okay.
right? So when he started going after African Americans, especially with like gun rights, so that's around the same time when I think it was the Black Panthers came around, which is hilariously when the NRA started getting into actual gun rights. The NRA before President Nixon started going against the Black Panthers, they weren't about gun rights because they already had them.
Right.
Exactly.
Right, but once they saw that the Black Panthers were getting, that African Americans were getting the rights taken away for guns, that's when they started being advocates for gun rights.
Okay.
True. True.
So then, I guess if we had a scale in terms of public opinion, is this on equal to
you
where?
can look back at polls.
I think it's worse. I
Yeah,
think President
I would say it's
Trump
way
is
worse.
worse.
You can look back at poll. I mean, they had polling though back then.
But
too.
I mean, Trump still has this strong backing of people that just don't give a fuck about anything that he does. They're just like, yeah, whatever
He
he
has a
says,
base.
So
He's got stands.
it's just kind
his
of
stands are seem like they go crazy hard, but I don't know what stands were like back in the day for Nixon.
so you know what's crazy? You remember the War of the Worlds?
Yes.
yeah.
So the War of the Worlds, it was by H.G. Wells, then it was redone by Orson Welles.
Wait,
right?
wait. So okay, I was gonna say
Well, the
you're talking
books.
about the book. Okay.
But then
okay.
when it was on the radio show.
Ooh, that was the
I'm
best.
I'm gonna wrap around to today. Don't worry, just give me a second, all right? So when they first did War of the Worlds on the radio, people freaked out.
Yep.
You know, all that shit happened, and there was probably no way that would happen again, right?
Yeah.
But it did.
They did.
It happened again. I think it was.
In
Venezuela.
Hawaii?
No, it was Venezuela,
what year?
or somewhere in like South or Central America. It was like maybe I think it was in the 1960s.
Okay.
It happened again, and they didn't give the preamble before the show where it said that, hey, this is a thing by, H.G. Wells.
They played the same broadcast.
But it was it. But they changed it,
Okay.
right? Because you couldn't get the same broadcast because It was based on a book, and they were based on characters that were in English.
Gotcha.
So they changed it, and what made it worse is that the broadcaster that did it. This is a Radio Lab podcast. So if you listen to Radio Lab, it's a really great podcast. It's called War of the World. So definitely listen to this. But it happened again with some stuff. I'm pretty sure it's Venezuela. And the company that owned the broadcast company for the radio station also did the newspaper. So leading up to the broadcast, they wrote all these stories.
Oh, they fucked up.
Shit. So they no. They did it to like make it to build up to it, right? And so in America, it was a big deal, but it wasn't that big of a deal, right? But in that country, I'm pretty sure it's Venezuela. Could be wrong, but they built it up so much, everybody thought it was fucking real when it happened.
God damn.
People fucking died.
Damn.
And this is something that happened after the original.
Yeah.
So I think that the Nixon thing could happen today because people are so fucking dumb and complacent. Like, seriously. I mean, if you look at look at President Trump. People were complacent about him. They thought that he was just like them, but I've said it time and time again, the president should not be just like you, you stupid fuck. Because you are a stupid fuck. I'm a stupid fuck. All right? I need somebody that has a better moral compass as me. I need somebody that is
more intelligent.
You got to be better than me to be the fucking president. If you think that you should be the president, then you're stupid as fuck. Honestly. You're stupid as fuck. Get the fuck out of here. You should never want somebody that's like you to be president.
Did you guys see the Jimmy Kimmel stick? Fuck.
God,
Sketch all over the place.
Sketch?
His little sketch, yeah. Wow. So he did I think it was this week, he did a sketch where he was talking to Trump supporters. It's hard to tell if these are actors or not because, you never fucking know. But he was telling them that Trump got into an argument with the president of France and that the president of France wanted America to give back the Statue of Liberty. The fucking the symbol of our fucking nation is the statue. Like on there it says like, give us your weak, you're poor, you're hungry and all that stuff. And people are like, oh, we should just give it back. I mean, it's France anyway. Like we don't need immigrants. Stuff. I was like, are people really that fucking dumb? Like that's like a symbol of our fucking country. It's on the fucking it's on different kind of money and bills and like that. But people are like, no, just give it back. So people, but then again, it's Jimmy Kimmel, so you don't know if it's real or not. So I just thought it was funny.
There's people that don't.
I would believe it honestly, because people they're so fucking dumb. They're not educated on shit they should be educated on. Yeah, that's why I think it's a simulation. Simulation.
There we go.
Yeah,
like, Matrix up in there.
Yeah, I'm trying to reboot the system. Fuck it.
I'm gonna switch it up one more time on you.
Best way to reboot. I can't talk today.
Reboot.
To reboot the system is not bust any nuts.
There you go.
Get that enlightenment.
There's still people in the chat, right? Still, folks in the chat.
Aiden's he was chatting a lot.
That's good.
I cannot keep up.
Fucking Aiden's awesome. I got a special announcement for y'all. We haven't done a giveaway in a long fucking time. So it's fucking Thanksgiving, ain't it?
Are you giving away dick pics?
Holiday season.
I'm always giving away dick pics, baby.
Speaking of
which, Dick Pic Calendar 2019 coming.
Fuck you. I want my money back. Oh. I don't want C-list goddamn calendars. Fuck
damn it. I had the vasectomy, all right?
I got a calendar that can be 12 inches.
Oh.
Every inch is every year is an inch.
Every month's an inch until you get to
you put them together.
Yeah. Until you get to December, you get the tip.
I'm trying to do something nice for Thanksgiving. All right. Real quick. I'm giving away some movie passes, goddammit.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Tell me.
You making a porno?
Yeah.
Come watch.
I'm not watching that.
Show is too fucking dank for it. Okay. Give me 3 things you're fucking thankful for. Hit us up in the DMs for at @BTHI. We're going to pick the best winner.
You need a hashtag.
No, hit us up directly in the DMs.
Okay.
Yeah, because that hashtag shit, we've had problems like following hashtags.
Yeah.
Hit us
like
up.
I did hashtag Happy Birthday Blue, and oh man, that was all bad.
Some other shit popped up.
Well, Ivy Blue, it was her birthday fucking came up, and that just fucked up everything.
Yeah, you lost.
Some random ass dude.
Hashtags don't work. Hit us up in the DMs. Tell us 3 things you're fucking thankful for. Best answer wins. I'll send you, as long as you live in the U.S. I ain't shipping shit out of fucking the country and shit. As long as you live in the U.S., I'll send you some free movie passes. You can see Aquaman, Enter the Spider-Verse, Harry Potter, whatever the fuck you want on us.
Get
You know?
There you go.
Giving back to the community.
Look at that. Every now and again.
Every now and then we'll surprise
Can
you.
we participate too?
Fuck you.
Damn.
No. Fuck out of here with your shit. I ain't
So,
giving you a
I
goddamn
didn't
thing.
hear discrepancy at the bottom.
Yeah. So if you're listening to us in the future, this has a time limit. So when's the cutoff?
Actually, hold on. Go ahead. What's the cutoff?
I was just gonna say I'll give you till Monday, November the 26th. End
you
of
have a
business.
week.
Yeah,
Okay.
end of business day, Monday, November the 26th. Hit us up in the DMs. Tell us 3 things you are thankful for. I'll pick the best winner.
So I got a question.
What you got?
When we do the Golden Egg plans, which is coming up soon,
Yes, it is.
all right,
We working on a
we
list.
do those. We can when somebody fills out the actual survey, can we see who it is?
Ooh,
I don't
old
think
Ninja,
so.
you did some of the
Because I have an idea.
I've set it up. I don't.
Genius.
I don't know. I have to look into that.
Okay, so
All right.
possibility. Go
I
ahead.
think.
Okay.
I think it is
If-
possible,
if
but I'm not
you-
sure.
Okay, if we can't, we'll put in a question at the bottom that'll give like their personal information, like their email address.
Oh,
Okay.
we can set up a form.
Okay, set up a form. So when we do the Golden Egg Plan Awards this
Here
year,
we go with this.
whoever gets all the winners right or the most right of who wins,
Ooh.
we will give you
Something.
a free game, any game you want for any console.
I like
Oh
it.
shit!
Watching your tweets,
Yeah,
I'm gonna create a library of shame for you.
You
I've
know
been
why?
talking all kind of shit about Bree. She don't put butts in. She ain't Tom Hardy.
You know why she won?
of Tom
It's
Hardy.
because she had photos from the Fappening League, so you can see her titties.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that.
But
I
you
believe
couldn't see
that.
her booty though, because
Yeah,
Yeah,
that flat.
it's not
that
there.
shit don't
Listen.
exist.
She didn't have a booty. She had just the top of her thighs.
Yeah,
Larson,
she
this
got.
is-
She has anime titties though.
She doesn't
Do
poop.
some squats. Just saying.
She doesn't have a butthole either.
God
Damn.
She don't have a booty. She ain't got no butthole.
Oh
man,
my
this
god.
is true.
Well, you would still have a butthole. If you didn't, you would die.
Yeah.
You know what? You know
She shits out of a
this,
swamp.
this is a science fact.
Yeah.
This is a science fact. As you're growing up as like a fetus, the first thing that grows
The booty
is
hole.
your asshole.
Yeah, that record.
Yeah.
What kind of crazy though? My nephew, like he was born early, and he did not have his anus wasn't connected to his intestine end
large-
wasn't connected to his
Large intestine.
Oh, geez.
anus.
Wow.
Yeah, so they had to like do surgery to get him to do that. Like he
he
didn't
all right
poop
now?
for like months. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like 2 now, but
God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you can't shit, you will go into septic shock syndrome, where you were basically sitting in your own shit, and
Like,
then
that's
your body
something-
will poison and you would die.
That sounds like a shitty death.
Yeah, it's all bad.
like I don't think
Actually,
you have that surgery where they put like a hole in your intestine and like you basically shit out the side.
colonoscopy bag.
Yeah, there's some weird shit happening.
Fun fact:
That's
the
not what it's called.
isn't that what they call it? When
No,
you
colonoscopy.
Oh, coloscopy.
That's why they stick
There
a
you
camera
go.
up your asshole.
Oh yeah. Fun fact: the girl from Poltergeist, she died that way
God damn. How you know this shit?
because it's a famous urban legend.
The little girl?
Yeah, everyone said she was
I thought
cursed.
she
or
died of
whatnot.
cancer.
No, she died of septic shock, and it was a misdiagnosis. It was all bad.
Well, that takes us fucking way down on that shit.
Well,
but that-
we're dank anyway. Were you gonna talk about Kim Possible?
go ahead.
Y'all talk about this
I don't know. I
somebody-
didn't. I just know they're doing.
I put this shit on here.
Okay.
They're making a live action Disney fucking Kim Possible. If you ever watched the show back in like the day, that show was badass. But what they basically Entertainment Weekly or whatever release still are images of
Oh, the villains, right?
of Shigo and Dr. Drek.
Wait. Point of clarification, because we've talked a lot about like girls and animated girls and whatnot. Was Kim Possible a teenager on that show? I didn't.
Yeah,
really
she's in high school.
Okay,
She's a teenager.
So is the actress a teenager?
Well,
or
they
is she
haven't
an
showed
adult?
they haven't showed the actress yet. They only showed Shigo and the other villain guy.
Okay,
And look horrible.
because I could already tell if it is a teenage actress and the role is a teenager, which is a possibility, and she's doing the midriff showing and kind of halter top stuff, that's going to be a problem for 2018
Well, yeah, I mean,
millennial folks.
It's not that like I don't think they should be making a Kim Possible live action. I mean, they can if it's done right, but for Shigo and Dr. Drek, they look horrible.
Oh,
Like
wait.
it looks bad.
Is she,
Dr.
isn't she a
Draken?
spy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
It's gonna
no,
fail.
no, she's not a spy. Well,
She does espionage, right?
no, she doesn't. She's a high school girl that does like missions, but she's a babysitter with a website where people hire her to do jobs.
Oh, this is going to fail. This is going to fail.
Yeah, but it's
all bad.
It's
Kim Possible is a
It's up there with I think it's gonna be as bad as what's the name of that show? Inhumans.
Yeah.
Like it just looks horrible.
Wait, is it a TV show or a movie?
It
I
was.
think
It was
it's
an
gonna be a movie.
animated TV show. It will be a live action movie, just like they did Ben 10 as a live action
Oh,
movie.
that
forgot
was
about
bad
that.
too.
The girl that they got, she looks like she's 14 or younger.
This is going to fail.
So
I'm putting
I
it
don't
out
know.
there right now. Come at me, Twitter. Don't fucking matter.
There's
the spy espionage shit is fucking dead, with the exception of 007.
Well, no, because Mission Impossible did really well.
I will give credit to that established franchise, but anything new going forward, fuck it.
I need to watch the
What did
Bill-
Atomic Blonde do? Did it
It did
did all
okay.
right.
It did all right, but that was a good film, unfortunately, and it came out during a packed holiday season.
Yeah.
So they kind of fucked up.
Red Sparrow failed.
Yeah, Red Sparrow didn't do that.
Well, some of
great.
the cosplays I've seen at like all these expos and stuff like that, the Kim Possibles have been looking pretty cool. So
So the only two people I recognize in the cast is Allison Hannigan and Patton Oswalt.
Okay.
who?
Still gonna fail.
You know who Patton Oswalt is?
I know.
Isn't that what's name's like son? Steve Ozzy Osbourne's son?
No.
Oh my God, no! Stop!
This
Stop.
one's doomed.
Just
Just
stop.
like that Robin Hood shit. That's
Isn't Robin Hood out this week?
Yeah, it's gonna bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, the one with
but
Jamie
we-
Foxx?
Yeah, but we've seen how many times have we seen Robin Hood though?
50-11.
It's just I feel like there's a new Robin Hood movie every 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Oh, if it's not a movie, it's a fucking TV show. So
Well, the one was it Kevin Costner? Was he in one of the
Yeah,
Robin Hood
Kevin
movies?
Costner was in one in the early 90s, yeah.
yeah,
But Robin Hood Men in Tights was fucking funny.
Oh, that was
though.
hilarious. I
Yeah.
loved it with Dave Chappelle, man.
Yeah.
but then
Fucking blind and shit.
but then
I don't
Russell
think it did that great,
Russell
though.
What he
Crowe,
did?
you
Was he
know.
blind in that?
That's a cult classic, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not hating on it. I liked it.
Well,
but
shit, there was Russell Crowe as Robin Hood not too long ago.
that's
Nobody
right.
watched that. Nobody
Yeah,
watched
nobody
Yeah.
watched it.
These
But,
ain't gonna do well.
oh
They
well.
really ain't.
that. It's
Oh,
got
well.
Jamie Foxx.
And I like Jamie, but
Well, the girl that's gonna be Kim Possible, she looks pretty cool.
She looks like a little kid.
okay, girl.
I mean, she looks like a kid, but she doesn't
truly
have a
is-
midriff. She doesn't have
truly
like.
is a girl though, right?
Yeah, she's a
What
kid.
the fuck? She's not Fuda? God dang.
I'm just trying to make
But
sure.
then again, she might be in
know.
her 20s. Like, look at fucking Flash. Like, their daughters. I mean, that's it. They don't really say what her age is.
It's not the Flash anymore. It's called the Redbone Show.
Yeah, y'all
Yeah,
been saying this.
basically.
What are the bad new Redbones on this show?
Oh,
I
man.
ain't been watching. Oh shit.
Man.
Have you been watching Flash?
Nah.
Oh,
What
man.
are these? Because it already had good Redbones.
Oh, man.
Man, so
Man.
the Flash daughter comes to 19 or 2018, 2018. And
Even
she's
though
from
it's
like
technically-
2040 or something like that.
She's
Where's she
from 2030.
Yeah, and
Barry and Iris's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
so she's Nora West Allen. And she's cute as hell. She's
Crumbs, can you pull her
she's
picture
a
up her?
little red bone coming in wearing Iris's jacket. It's got Iris's purple and yellow fucking lightning
Slim thick.
running through.
Now she's a woman. The actress
Yeah,
is a
she's a-
grown woman, right?
What the
Oh.
fuck? Yeah, she's
So,
a woman.
just
She's
trying to
like
make
in
sure. I
she's
can't
in
unzip dick,
She's
you know?
Dude, she's
unzip all
older
day.
than both Barry and Iris
In
like,
real
age-wise.
life.
I knew that was her daughter when I first watched.
Yeah, so if you're paying attention to the last season, every time she shows up, there are clues for the current season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there she is, Nora West
look
Allen.
At that swimsuit
Yeah,
model.
Oh man,
Red
oh
lips.
man.
That's nice.
We're looking at pictures of the. What's her
her real name? What's her government name?
Yeah, the government.
Jessica Parker Kennedy.
There we go.
But what's
Shout
so
out to you.
Parker. Miss Parker.
So she's most likely going to end up in the Golden Eggplants.
Yeah, she
yeah.
getting some awards.
Oh man.
But
Oh,
it's funny
boy.
because like in the last episode, what's her name? The
Iris?
DA. No, not Iris.
Oh, yeah, the DA. That's
What's her
Joe-
name?
Damn.
Joe's wife.
her her real name's Danielle, I think. But
But like the last episode, she came like there's a scene because she's short as fuck.
Yeah.
There's a scene where she stands like on the couch arm and she's like yelling at Ralph, and I'm like, damn, she's fucking bad too. Like she's still fine.
She was nominated last year and for Black Girl Magic and didn't win.
Yeah,
But Iris on that list too. Like it's
She didn't win either.
Iris is bad, but that's a good one.
There-
That's a
so
good.
there-
That's new meat.
I think episode 3, there's a villain that's a red
yeah.
bone, and oh my
What was
fucking
her
goodness.
name? It was
I don't even know. She was
What was her-
fire.
What was her powers?
she could control media.
So she didn't have a power. She had a device that was
Oh, yeah.
corrupted.
What was her name? Shit, we talked about it a little bit.
What they call her? Newsflash or something? It was some stupid ass name, but damn, she's bad.
You know what?
Oh,
Y'all
man.
ain't never lied.
Oh,
Those are
man.
bad new Redbones.
The
I thought they had reached the peak of Redbone awesomeness.
No, man, because
They oversaturating it
yeah,
now.
there's one point where it's like you have Iris, Joe's wife, and then the
Wait a
daughter.
minute. Is
just
she
sitting-
older than the?
Yeah,
Yes.
she's older than her co-stars, but
Yeah.
she plays their daughter.
I was gonna say because she's 34.
That timeline.
But she's shorter than both of them, which is hilarious.
Yeah, well, she's 5'2". So
Yeah, she's super small, but it's Oh man, the Redbone show. The Redbone. Blue calls it the Redbone Hour. But
Yeah,
damn,
basically. God damn.
the Redbone show. The Flash is now officially called the Redbone show, and then god dang.
I'm with it.
So the episode with the girl that Odin and I were talking about, she was on an episode called Newsflash, and I'm trying to look what her villain name was, but she was fine too.
Oh man, she was so bad that the daughter was captivated by her. She
Well,
was
like,
just like
they almost had like a little bit of a kind of a flirty
yeah, they're a little
thing
flirting
between
back
each
and
other.
forth.
Did they scissor though?
Oh,
Hey, they probably did it off screen because this
That
is
matters.
CW show.
yeah. Oh, Joe's wife on the show. Her name is Cecile.
Yeah, she bad. I like
She's
her.
bad. She was nominated but didn't win. Oh, so the villain on the show, she went by her name on the show was Spencer Young, but I don't know what her code name was. So, but whatever, it didn't matter. She like I said, she looked like a young, slightly lighter version of Stacey Dash.
I like it. Stacey Dash was bad in her day.
Oh man.
Well, she's still bad now, but no,
She's
a
crazy.
little crazy.
Yeah.
She went a little too to well,
To
not
the
a
dark
little.
side?
She went way far. I'm not gonna say the dark side because both sides of the dark side to me. You go too far to the left, too far to the right. You're both fucking retarded. Just stay somewhere near the middle. But yeah, Stacey Dash is like way far to the right.
Okay, so the name of the villain of this episode was Ben, and the actress name is Kiana Madeira.
Gotta look her up.
Madeira? I don't know.
Gotta look her up. especially
Actually,
if
you
it's
want to
low.
know who went way too far to the right was Tia Tequila. She went
well, yeah.
all the way to the right.
I thought she
Or
wait.
Tila Tequila, sorry.
Yeah, the little Asian girl.
Yeah.
She was bad in her
She
day.
done lost her fucking mind.
She's also a flat earther. So
Oh, yeah.
it's
my-
crazy.
Oh wait. Who this? Wait.
That she was on the Flash. She was on episode
What
4.
the fuck? It is Red
She was
Bone
on,
Hour.
yeah,
God
bruh.
damn.
You done missed out. I almost passed out. I was like, oh man, it's no nut November and you showed me this. I almost busted all over,
This
man.
one with the curls.
She looks better on the show, even though that's an
Yeah.
amazing
That's a
picture
good
of her.
She looks
Oh man,
she looks more Redbone on the show.
yeah.
What?
Yeah, she could be Hispanic. It's hard to tell, but on the show she looked extra red bone.
She bad. That's
Busted
wow.
all over.
Wow.
Yeah.
Last season we got Iris in like the leather. I think it was a couple of seasons ago. We had Iris in
Oh,
like the
when-
leather suit.
That's when we
Yeah.
first
But-
saw Wally. That
Yeah,
was, like,
but in
season 2.
this season we see Iris in this fucking red dress where her and Barry kind of go on this. They go
go
on
to a
like
ball.
they go to a ball, but they're like on a date. Whew, like Iris, every time you see another Redbone on the show, Iris just gets hotter for some reason. She's
Steps her
like,
game
look,
up.
look,
It's a
you guys
competition.
notice me.
I love it.
There's a
You
good
know-
picture of her. Hold on, it's everybody else in the.
In the
What?
chat.
So I can see.
Yeah,
And
man.
that's her without makeup.
My fucking heart stopped. Look at this
This-
one.
So if you're
Come on.
see if you're listening on SoundCloud, you need to be watching us on YouTube so you can see all the joyous pictures, so you can fap too,
Yes. God.
or
damn.
double click your mouse.
Yeah.
Either one.
Either
No
one. What was this other stuff on Super Mario Brothers? Are they getting an animated?
They're
fucking movie?
they're doing an animated movie by the guy. He's either damn it. Now
What-
you're bringing this
so,
up.
wait, who owns? Is it Nintendo doing the project? Are
They're
they
like-
doing the art?
They're getting feedback
One's in
from
live action and
Miyamoto-san himself, but it's going to be like computer animated, I believe, by the guy who's
Miyamoto?
doing. Yeah, Miyamoto.
He tried, didn't he?
Miyamoto-san.
You don't say arigato like we say arigato.
Shigeru Miyamoto-san.
This black motherfucker.
Hey, I was watching the last Dragon. You can't fucking.
This motherfucker. So I'm sorry, but who is he's
Just-
Nintendo's getting some input in this? Is what
Yes,
you're saying.
they're doing input. I can't remember. There's one of the big animation shows, either DreamWorks or fucking Blue Sky or some shit like that.
DreamWorks a little shaky with me right now.
All
Fucking
over
see.
you. Still up in your
We'll
feels
fucking
about
see.
She-Ra.
Better not have no Noel Stevenson anywhere near those goddamn Mario Brothers. I'll
God
tell you that.
dang.
But if they got the Castlevania, if they got Sam Dietz, I'm with it.
No, because that's too bloody, too fucked up.
I mean, he could probably mix it up, you know.
Oh my god. If they bring in Bowsette,
Oh,
man.
shit. You know what? Okay, prediction. If they do have Bowsette on there, even a fucking cameo in just one episode, this is going to be the biggest fucking animation.
it'll
movie
be
of the fucking-
huge. Everyone will run to go see it
What
if
if
she shows
what
up.
if it was Momo-kun?
Oh! I got an inverted dick now. Damn!
Hell no.
Damn.
You know what?
God.
I'm still I'm still fapping. Fuck y'all.
Ah.
All right.
I am still fapping.
What you got?
Extra horde.
So apparently, a listener complained, and it was because of the Better Than MJ or Kobe ? Podcast.
Okay.
And I don't know what the conversation was. I wanted to ask you guys because they asked me to weigh in. There was a UFC argument about Better Than MJ or Kobe, and Rusty O'Neal 21 wants me to weigh in, but I don't know.
Well, that's
what you guys talked about.
That's part of the problem, at least.
You don't remember either.
That's part of the problem, at least to me, because we were all over the place on that cast. I mean, if it was the most recent.
From how
one.
I remember, we went in depth about the fight.
What fight?
The McGregor Eagle dude.
Well, you couldn't have went in depth because you're casuals.
Damn.
Well, not in depth about the fight, but just in terms of
it was the business side.
The business side.
Okay,
in terms
so
of
what about the business side?
We
remember.
talked about how essentially McGregor's star power is down the toilet for casuals because we have no interest in watching him because we've watched him lose 3 of his last 5 fights or something like that.
That's not true.
He didn't lose 3 of his last 5?
No, I mean people will still watch. Even the casuals will still watch. No, I mean seriously, they will. I mean, you don't want to say that 3 of his last 5, but he lost.
Wait, it doesn't decrease at all?
No.
Ooh.
No. It's just shit talking that gets him on the stage.
Ooh.
Like that's the common theme here. He's not the best UFC fighter. This has been
no. He's the biggest name.
Greatly established.
Yeah, he's the biggest name though.
Yeah, that's the reason why he'll still keep coming back. He loses in a decent fashion
So
when he does lose.
We talked about how you went on a thing about how they need a star and everything in terms of somebody that transcends the sport, that casuals just be like, oh, I recognize that dude and everything. And now essentially because McGregor's losing, his star power is gone. Now you were saying you were interested in the guy because he's cool. He wrestles bears.
Oh, I was interested in the guy who beat him.
Yeah,
I'm interested in him.
Yeah.
I just learned about him and I'm interested in him. Yeah, I do remember saying that.
But you were saying like you wouldn't pay to go watch this dude.
No, I actually no. Well, the way I remember it, again, this is 3 weeks back. So sorry, we're trying to recreate a conversation for one listener that had a comment. Sorry for everybody else. One listener who had a comment on a show from 3 or 4 weeks ago. But I thought I remembered saying something to the effect of, I want to see him. He seems like an interesting guy with his whole background. And I remember the other thing that's kind of tough with this is I also remember on a Black of the Black Tides Infinity, Krotos, you broke down the fight before. So I'm also kind of confused about this guy.
I was correct, by the way.
But I mean, correct about your breakdown, but I don't see how the two things are that.
I just went on the whole thing. I was like, how I said they keep putting out this prize pig. They put out the prize pig, and the prize pig comes back injured, and then they bring out a new guy, and they were like, oh yeah, you got to watch this guy. This is the baddest person on the planet. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then they lose.
Okay, I remember that.
And then Dana White's like, oh my God, but this is the best. This new person is the best person you've ever seen. And then essentially that whole fight goes into the WWE mode where it's spilling over to the crowd and all kinds of stuff. And now we're talking about the biggest highlights from that fight was them going into the crowd and then dude saying, my nuts are hot.
Oh, yeah, the black guy?
I see. As a casual fan, that's what it'd be like. But the guy that brought the casual fans to the dance was who?
It was McGregor.
Yeah.
Right.
But he's dead now.
He's not dead now.
To us.
No, he's
To
not.
the casual.
No, he's not. Name is.
Oh,
You already said his record, right?
But
So we looked it up on the cast because I was like, when you told the casual you need to watch this dude or whatever, we watched him lose to Diaz, we watched him then beat Diaz, but then all of a sudden this is the greatest thing ever. He's gonna whoop Mayweather's ass, and we watched a 42-year-old Mayweather just fucking chase him around the ring and punch his face in, and then we watched them fight the Eagle dude.
And you still watched them fight. You see my point here?
I didn't. It was all over the thing. I didn't pay $50.
It was one of the highest pay-per-views for the UFC of all time.
So you believe his stock is rising after the loss? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Okay, let me give you. You look at me crazy.
I am.
When he lost to Diaz, the next fight sold more.
No, I'm not talking about that one, but I'm talking about this after this recent one. You think his stock is rising with people who are casually into the sport?
I will say it again. the casuals that watched after he lost to Diaz, they had no idea who the fuck Conor McGregor was. More people watched after he lost.
And you think that is repeating itself now, is what
And
you're
it
saying?
already did because he lost to Mayweather.
But that wasn't UFC though.
No,
I mean,
it doesn't matter. Okay, hear me out. Because y'all don't watch MMA, obviously, or boxing for that matter.
I watch
That much. You
I watch
watch
some
some.
boxing.
You're a casual fan. It's fine. So he fought Diaz. He was on a pretty good win streak until he fought Diaz. Lost to Nate Diaz. He came back. That sold for a shitload of pay-per-views.
Okay.
Lost to Diaz. Rematched him. He won, and the rematch sold more than the original.
Got it.
He fought after he fucking lost. Then he fought I forget what the guy's name was. It was Alvarez, who no casual fan will ever fucking know. Eddie Alvarez, who's a great fucking fighter. He beat Alvarez for the belt that he didn't even fucking defend.
Okay.
Then he went on to fight Mayweather.
And I'm sorry, to increase for Alvarez? Is that
yes,
what you're saying? Okay.
He creased after Alvarez, and he lost to Mayweather. And then the next UFC fight, he sold more tickets,
And so you're still
Wait. He sold more
more UFC tickets.
than the Mayweather thing?
Not the Mayweather, but for the UFC, yeah, he sold more than his last fight. His stock keeps. I understand it's fucking weird as shit, but it keeps going up.
For the UFC fans.
Yes, and no, even for the casuals, it's not just when you gain more fans. They're not just UFC fans. You're converting casual fans into UFC.
But it
fans.
went down after the Mayweather thing.
No, it for boxing fans, yes, because it's not. It's not.
I'm not a
match.
boxing. I'm just like we're just regular. Like you said, we're just regular Joe
Yeah,
Schmo.
even regular Joe Schmo.
This
it
is
still went
what
up.
you're telling me we need to watch. We need to watch it. So okay, we'll watch Mayweather versus
For the
McGregor.
UFC fans, for the people that watch MMA, that his stock went up.
That's different than what we are.
It,
That's what you just said. We're not the
right, but we wouldn't. The MMA would not gain more fans if it not for the casuals. The casual wanted to see him win or lose either way. It's just like the Mayweather syndrome.
Casuals wanna see
More people
Mayweather.
watch to see him lose.
They want to see him finally get his up and comings
Yes.
and watch Mayweather lose that time.
Yeah.
You want to see him lose the first time.
yeah,
But when you watch McGregor lose I've seen McGregor lose 3 times, and it seems like the past
but people will still
Recent
watch.
memory.
But he's like always talking shit.
That's the
and
thing.
then losing.
Like, yeah, but like, I
No,
want to
no,
see
no.
an asshole
he
lose.
wins. He wins a lot.
But when he got recognition of being on ESPN, when ESPN is like cutting into and he's leading Sports Center and stuff, like they did with Liddell, and then
Right.
when they put Rousey on the and like you
And
need to
they
check
all,
her out,
they all put butts in seats.
and then they lost. It's just like
and the stock went up.
for who?
If you're on top and you lose and you come back, your stock still goes up.
Okay, so does he have another fight coming for 2019?
Possibly with Donald Cerrone.
But it's not confirmed yet.
Not confirmed. I'm pretty sure it's close, but he will still sell a lot of tickets.
And
the
but
casuals.
I just want to make sure. I want to make sure I understand because I will pay attention to this. I'll take you at your word. You're saying for this next one, it'll be more than any of the other for UFC for him, right?
I will not say more than any of the others, but it will still be very high. Very high.
But not an increase. Is that what you? I just want to be clear because that's what I'm hearing from you, that it has gone up with every loss.
It depends on how they market it, and they did a really good job marketing Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Conor McGregor. They did a really
Why
good job
do
with that
people
one.
want to see McGregor more than Khabib?
Well, I want to get my definitive answer.
Go
though.
ahead.
The definitive answer from you though, Kronos, is the next one will most likely or definitely will you're planting your
Will it sell more?
yeah, that's what I'm asking you.
I will say it'll make at least. It will make as much as the Khabib fight.
So that's a no. I'm taking that as a no. It will not sell more, but that's fine. I want to make sure I get you on the record on that. That's clear.
But Conor will make more money.
Oh well, yeah, I'm sure of
Khabib
that.
fight.
I'm not arguing with that. I'm not arguing with that. Go ahead. I wanted to make sure I got that in there because I'm still trying to piece together the old cast from like 3-4 weeks ago. But go ahead.
It's just like remember when back when Mike Tyson was fighting
Sure.
and he started getting his first losing. He started losing a little
Yeah,
bit.
Buster Douglas. Yeah. And then
what
more
happened?
after. Well, he went to jail for rape.
He went to jail
When-
for rape.
when he came back
Yeah.
after the loss and
Yep.
went to jail for rape, what happened?
He
the
had-
next fight sold a shitload of money.
That was
Yeah,
his first fight back,
absolutely. Yeah.
and everyone wanted to see the dude come back.
It was the same. That's kind of similar with MMA. He went to boxing, then he came back to MMA, and that's why he sold. I think it was one of the highest-selling MMA fights of all time. Was with Khabib, and nobody in America they really didn't even know who the fuck Khabib. I knew who the fuck Khabib was.
Yeah, you're definitely right. I
He
want to
tr-
know more now.
He trains in the Bay Area.
That's awesome.
I don't think comparing to Tyson's a fair analogy. 'Cause Tyson literally was the most dominant thing we've seen.
He was a goat.
And then he just got snatched away from us. Well, not he did.
Can I steal some thunder for Tyson right now for you? I'm gonna kind of fuck up your perception of Tyson.
What's that?
He had very little challenges until what's the fucking guy's name? God
Buster
damn it,
Douglas?
Spinks?
Until Buster Douglas, he never defeated a challenge to him.
He got
ever.
the title from Spinks.
Right, but did Spinks give him a challenge?
Spinks was scared. We've never seen somebody shook ever as Spinks was, who was the champion from this young kid from a.
Understand what you just said there. Spinks was scared of Tyson.
Okay.
Anytime Tyson faced a challenge in the ring, he lost. Every
So
single
wait,
time.
Well, hold on. Let me back up a little bit.
He never overcame a serious challenge from an opponent ever.
Are you giving credit to Buster Douglas, or was that just a fluke?
No, it wasn't a fluke. What I'm saying is that
We're
Tyson,
going before Douglas.
Tyson is a great fighter, but he never rose to the occasion ever. Anytime he had a challenge in the ring, he lost. Every single time.
Challenge.
That's like a
challenge.
LeBron kind of thing.
No,
Like
no,
we did.
break
it down in your mind. Go ahead. I'll give you time.
A challenge in the ring. So none of the lead-up fights as a professional, being at the time the youngest, have. We're switching gears a lot. But go ahead.
Well, no, I'm just breaking down the Tyson argument. I mean, if you guys want to say that he was dominant against basically, I don't want to say tomato cans, but when he was dominant, he won. If somebody gave him a challenge, he lost.
Okay. I mean,
and this is you looked at
his challenge that if you want to call it a fluke, how he lost to Douglas, whatever. He took the L.
Yeah, no doubt.
He was undefeated before that. Then he went to jail. It's a significant thing that we're sort of whatever. Then he came back from jail after being in jail for 2-3 years, 2-3 years, something like that. So then he comes back, and we don't know. I mean, obviously you're whatever you're doing push-ups in your cell, whatever the fuck he's doing in jail. He's a completely different person and fighter than he was before he went in jail. So I think it's unfair for us to say that like, oh, it was just a myth of what we saw before Tyson went to jail and then after Tyson went to jail. Now, before I forget the point about that I wanted to make about what brought Tyson in with the stuff was, all right, now they started putting Tyson with the super fights with Holyfield, but what ratcheted up the Tyson craziness was when he bit off Holyfield's ear.
Well, you missed the more important thing. If you're actually a boxing fan, he lost Customato.
I never said I was a. We've discussed I'm not a boxing fan.
Customato was before prison.
Yeah, but that's one of the main. That would have been the main point that somebody that was a boxing fan would have said. That's why it's difficult for me to really have a conversation with casual fans about like fighting, because most people don't understand like the whole history of things.
Well, and that's fine. Again, we're trying to piece together something from an old cast, but you were on the record. Well, it sounds like you backed up a little bit, but the McGregor's next fight for casual fans, you think will be somewhere close to even, but not an increase.
He said UFC fans.
Yeah. Well, you casual UFC fans. It's fine. I think it will be. It depends on the marketing, of course, but it could be equivalent to. I think one of the main things that happened with, especially Conor's last fight, I think that they did kind of. It's kind of fucked up. Is that they showed Conor breaking the rules in the promos to the Nurmagomedov fight, and I think that's what led up to Khabib jumping into the crowd. But they didn't show everything. I think that's probably why. The guy who listened wanted me on the podcast to talk about this, because you're missing entire pieces of what led up to Khabib jumping into the crowd and the melee that happened afterwards.
But I had no problem. We didn't have a problem. Well, I didn't want to say I had a problem with it, but I think we were saying.
We didn't even really. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, I think there's tiers, and Prodigy and I are in the sheep general population of we're not UFC fans per se, we're not boxing historians or boxing fans, but in terms of just like, hey, you need to watch this amazing thing that's going on over here. It seems like they're doing the whole Boy Who Cries Wolf thing, where it's like, you need to watch this. You need to watch this. This is the greatest, most transcendent person ever. And then every time you ring the dinner bell and you get us to turn our head, we turn our heads over or watch the pay-per-view, go over to a friend's house, and we see this person get knocked out. And it seems like they did it with Liddell. They did it with Rampage, with Rousey, and then then it seems like now all of a sudden Dana White sort of ratchets in this WWE aspect with some craziness going on.
No, okay. So,
and then you got Lesnar in it, and then it's just
I understand. No.
That for the casual. Now there's a difference. There's a different tier. We're below the UFC casual because we're not UFC casuals. We're just regular, average. We follow the major 3 sports. And then we're like, okay, you need to check out what's going on over here in this sport. Then, all right, we'll tune the channel over. We turn it over, and then we're like, what did we just see?
Well, you saw a fight. It'd be like me saying that, me watching the Super Bowl. It's like, oh, I didn't give a shit about these two teams. They built it up and blah blah blah. But you're only watching like the build up or all the promos for the Super Bowl. So of course you wouldn't get it. So yeah, I mean, like,
wait, I'm sorry. You're saying that. This is so hard. So you're saying that someone who isn't a fan should appreciate more after. I'm sorry. What are you trying to say?
You should pay attention more to what you're talking about. Is probably the main theme of this. Is that if you don't understand why it was a big fight, if you don't understand why people consider Conor McGregor to be a good fighter, then you just weren't fighting. And for you to talk about a sport that you really don't understand, that might have been why somebody asked me to come on to talk about this. Because, like I said, I don't talk about basketball because it's out of my league.
Sure.
And I'm not going to say I don't understand why the fucking Warriors are a big deal. You know what I mean? Even though I do, because I do sort of understand, but I'm not going to talk about it. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of out of my league.
No, well, but nobody here was saying McGregor wasn't a big deal, though, or anything close to
that's
that.
basically what you were breaking down. You're saying that every single time they talk about McGregor, it's like it's a big deal, but he's not. He gets knocked out. That's what you just said.
I'm just saying that maybe it's more so towards Dana White in terms of like how the whole marketing of it goes. It's like, if you keep telling me I need to watch, and because of this person, and every time it'd be like if I tell Blue, you need to watch LeBron James. LeBron James is the shit.
He's a little salty, actually.
And then he turns and watch LeBron fail,
lose with the Lakers,
lose again. He's not going to keep watching me say, oh, you need to watch Zion Williams or you need to watch James Harden. He'd be like, well, dude, you did this to me like
honestly,
the last
man,
4 or 5 times.
I gotta ask a question. Did you pay for the pay-per-view?
No.
Okay, so this is not. You're talking so far to your wheelhouse. It doesn't even make sense.
I watched the fight. I didn't pay for the fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. You didn't pay for it, so it doesn't really matter. Like you're not in the group that
I never said I was in the group of. I'm a casual. But when you.
It's like me saying that I'm gonna make all these comments about the Super Bowl, but I never watched the Super Bowl and it was live, or I never watched the entire season. You're missing the whole lead up to all this stuff, but you're commenting on it you don't even understand what you're commenting on.
Can I just say this? I think, first of all, there's context that needs to be put into here. I think that Stitch is trying to come from a perspective of someone who's getting marketed to as.
But somebody that is not in the market. You're not.
But I'm saying
Dana White's trying to market me.
Trying to get him.
But you're
and
not.
His perspective on that marketing.
Right, but you already admitted that you're not in the market. You're not buying the product.
If you're viewing the product,
you're not paying for the product. You don't even like the product.
I think that there have been times that there has been money paid for pay-per-view.
Yeah.
When is the last time either of you paid for UFC?
Probably 2015, 2016.
That's my point.
I'll watch it.
You're not actual fans of the product you're speaking of.
I'll go and I'll watch it.
But do you understand?
Blue goes to Super Bowl parties, I'm sure, and pretends to watch.
Nobody's claiming to. Nobody's pretending to be a fan of something that they're not. I get that totally. What I am saying is, how you market to people who aren't fans is something that you're going to be aware of.
But it's obviously you're not the demographic if you're not putting any kind of effort to watch the product. How the fuck can you possibly comment on it? You're not listening to the lead up. You don't understand the fighters. You don't understand fighting. There's a lot of shit that you're missing, but you're commenting on it. If I had no idea,
But we're not commenting on it. Though.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were. Because you're talking about how it's marketed towards you, towards casual fans, but you're not even in the market because you don't actually watch the product. If I was to comment on football and I had no idea how the fuck a defensive line worked, and I commented on it all, like wouldn't even make fucking sense. People would shit on me all fucking day. If I didn't understand what the fuck a quarterback did, would that make sense?
I get where you're coming from on that. I'm not disrespecting the sport of UFC. I know it sounds, I guess, like it maybe, but the way things are marketed from a sports business standpoint, ESPN, pay-per-view, literally pay-per-view commercials.
Yeah.
I think that people are going to have opinions on how pay-per-view commercials and ESPN and things on literally magazines and stuff like that, not the hardcore, dedicated information.
There's a problem with what you're saying.
Something that is marketed to someone who is...
No, there's no marketing towards a casual fan and marketing towards a mainstream. There's no difference. It's just marketing.
Okay. All right. That's a fair point.
So if you're thinking that it's marketing towards a casual fan, you're incorrect. It's just marketing.
This has seriously been the most chill fucking rant ever.
Yeah, but hold on. But
we're trying to remember
exactly. We're trying to go back forward. But you've mentioned.
Should we tabletop this?
But haven't you? Yeah, we're about to. But haven't you also mentioned some of the other things that you just said, the build up and all those other interviews and all those other podcasts and all those other things? Aren't those part of marketing too?
It is, but none of you watch it because you're not interested in the actual sport.
Yeah, I get you, but that's part of marketing too. So it's not just a one shop thing. There's levels of marketing.
There is levels of marketing,
That's
but
all.
you are not obviously the demographic that they're going for. You totally missed the build up. You don't understand any of the background of the fighters until that one promo that you might have watched on a commercial. So you're missing like all this stuff that happened. It's like if I had to tell somebody else that what was the guys that fucking like Ray Rice. If I talked about how Ray Rice whipped the shit out of his fucking wife's ass.
He did.
You know what I mean? Like they wouldn't know that unless they actually pay attention to fucking the NFL.
Okay.
And so to me explain it to somebody or like you're not gonna understand that kind of shit unless you're an actual fan. You know what I mean?
I get where you're coming from to a certain extent. I still think that the just run-of-the-mill commercials that are for pay-per-view want to get people who also aren't dedicated already to casually observe it and pay for the pay-per-view.
And they are still improving upon their numbers overall.
Okay.
Even to this day, which if you guys would have made a comment of like, I don't understand how they keep getting more and more viewers, I'm with you. I mean, you're right when you say that they're missing like their lead person. You're totally right. There's no Ronda Rousey right now. Conor McGregor, his thing should be waning, but his shit talking puts him back above. His shit talking is what is putting him into fights.
Okay.
And I think that's what you guys are kind of missing here.
No, I agree with that.
And I don't agree with the shit talking.
No,
I don't like shit talking.
But I agree that helps promote him.
Yeah.
My question, and I've already asked it to you, was what happens next after this most recent loss? It sounds like you're very positive on it.
Yeah.
We'll see. But
I heard rumors it'll be Donald Cerrone, who's a great fighter, who any non-casual fan who knows who the fuck he is. But then again, Donald Cerrone is a much more larger name than Khabib Nurmagomedov, even though Khabib is the fucking champion right now of his weight class. But y'all wouldn't know that because you don't really watch the sport. It's fine.
I just think the general people want to see Khabib.
I admit it. I do remember this. I admitted on the show. I said I don't know anything about Khabib, but I want to know more.
Yeah,
that's a big selling point.
Oh, let me back up. What you said is Stitch is right. You should want to know more about Khabib, and you should care less about Conor, but that's not how it works. Like the shit talking goes a long way, and it's not about the UFC looks at numbers.
Sure.
All right. If Conor didn't sell, they would stop marketing him. They really would.
Fair
but
enough.
He sells. Like him talking shit, all that ridiculous shit that he sells, Look at his pay-per-view numbers. All his pay-per-view numbers just keep going up. So why the fuck would you stop marketing him?
And it sounds like then you're very confident that it's going to continue to go up, and that's fine. Hopefully that clarifies this guy's question because we've gone on and on. I mean,
I think this is what he wanted to hear. Me kind of argue with you guys, but in a nice way.
He got it. He got it.
Yeah, I've tried. It's 3 weeks a long time.
I think that was it.
No. I mean, but I kind of understand why he wanted me to weigh on this because, I mean, like I said, you guys are not MMA fans, and that's fine. Like I said, I'm not and fucking Jesus Christ MLB fan.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not I'm not a basketball fan, but I'm not gonna comment on it.
I hear you. I will say this. I don't think we've ever, and we've up to like 29, 30 episodes. I don't know what the fuck it is. Ever claimed to be hardcore fans of it. No. We really haven't. And I don't think we've also said, oh, well, this guy did a great armbar. That's never happened. It's never happened.
That's not our lane.
It's never been our lane. It's never been even attempted by anybody on the show trying to say, we are experts. This is... We don't. It's not a fight show.
Well, but that's the thing. Is I think that's the guy's problem. I mean, shit.
Let's have him respond. I mean, we could go back and forth on it.
Rusty, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you have a problem with them talking about this and coming from a place of I'm gonna say just ignorance, is that the problem? Because for me, like I said, I'm not gonna talk about some shit that I don't really understand. I understand MMA only because I do a certain portion of MMA. You know what I mean?
And you've been a fan for it for years.
I've been a fan for a long time.
That's fine.
But if somebody's saying that they don't understand something, but they're not actual fans of it, then yeah, I guess, that's criticism.
Yeah, we didn't talk about any of the strategy or the round by round breakdown or the punch cast. Who laid what? We have never gone into anything remotely close to anything.
I get that, but if you don't understand why, like the basic thing of like how this guy keeps getting more money, it's because you guys aren't actually paying attention to the way that the entire sport operates.
Well, hold on, one quick sec, too. The other thing is, we also had Professor on, who does do jiu-jitsu, right?
Well, to his own, what he said himself, he's less experienced than I am, which is true.
Totally fine, but I'm not. There was somebody who does do jiu-jitsu and watches it much more. I don't know if it's religiously, but watches it much more than both of us on the show with us. Right. So it wasn't like, oh, we're just two guys on here and we're talking about something that he was with us.
Right.
On the UFC, or anything like that.
Yeah, Rusty hopefully got what you wanted. If not, comment again. If you have some problem with it, then we'll bring it up again on the podcast. It's no problem. And then maybe next episode I'll talk about what I think about basketball.
There you go.
Really quickly, I wanted to clarify some stuff we touched on earlier. The animation studio that's responsible for the fucking, the Cyclops things. Minions, there you go. Illumination, they're going to be doing the Super Mario animated film.
And it's an animated movie, right?
Yes, it will be an animated film. And then if you guys want to go over the winners of the Joystick Awards really quick, I got it.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to try to speed read through this real quick. Okay, Best Storytelling, God of War. Best Competitive Game, Fortnite. Best Cooperative Game, Monster Hunter World. Best Visual Design, God of War. Best Indie Game, Dead Cells. I keep hearing about it. I haven't played it.
It's like Castlevania.
Oh, really? Okay.
Best Audio, God of War. Still Playing Award, World of Tanks. That game's still around? Holy shit.
Wow. That was huge at TwitchCon.
So
big-ass booth.
I would think what's the name was, Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good point. That's a great point.
But then again, you can't only win so many times.
5 years in a row.
Yeah. Best Performer, I'm assuming this is mocap performer, but it's Brian Deckard as Connor from Detroit Become Human.
He fucking killed it. I got to give it up to him.
So he's on here again. Hold on. There's an esports game of the year, Overwatch.
Overwatch,
yeah. Best VR game, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim VR. Wow. Best Studio of the Year, Santa Monica Studios, or SIE, Sony Santa Monica Studios. Best New Streamer or Broadcaster, Brian Deckard and Amelia Rose Blair. So apparently the guy who plays Connor is a streamer. He's a game.
That's pretty cool.
PC game. Oh no, Mobile Game of the Year, PUBG Mobile. PC Game of the Year, Subnautica. Never heard of that actually.
I have.
PlayStation Game of the Year, God of War. Xbox Game of the Year,
God of War.
Forza Horizon 4, Nintendo Game of the Year, Octopath Traveler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't that get released on a port for other ones?
No.
I
you
think
sure
that's
that didn't
exclusive.
I'm pretty sure it's exclusive.
Yeah, I think that's an exclusive.
I'm thinking of something else. Okay.
I've
Like an
seen
old school
that game
16-bit
is
almost.
$60. I don't
Yeah.
even know what it is. I just saw it at
The
Target.
price doesn't go down.
Breakthrough Award, Unknown Worlds, which I heard about. Most Wanted Game, Cyberpunk 2077. Not gonna lie, after watching that video, it was like 45 minutes. I watched with Cronus. We were like commenting back and forth. I'm actually excited for it, but however, for me personally, I can't wait for Anthem. Critics' Choice Award, Red Dead Redemption 2. Lifetime Achievement Award, Hitadaki
Miyazaki-san, get it right, yo. Aaron, I got those terrible.
Such a cock. Fuck. He works for From Software. Outstanding contribution, Xbox Adaptive Controller, and then Ultimate Game of the Year, Fortnite Battle Royale. There you
All right, folks, I got a PSA for you real quick. If you go to a grocery store and they sell a sweet potato pie, don't fucking buy it. It's gonna be the grossest thing you ever had. So right here, I bought a sweet potato pie because usually for Thanksgiving I make a sweet potato pie, but
Didn't give me shit though.
stores are fucking sold out.
Damn.
What do you mean sold out? You make them.
No, they're made out. Like, I usually buy the crust. Like the crusts were all sold out. So Lucky's Lucky. There's no S in Lucky's, which I
Shut the
fucking
fuck
learned.
up. I've been mispronouncing that shit
Yeah.
for like 40 years.
Dude,
Everybody has
there's no
that.
S.
Yeah.
There's no fucking S. But yeah, so they had like a sweet potato pie, like a petite one. I was like, oh, let me buy this real quick and try it out. This pie is worse than a Patty's pie.
Oh,
Have you had a Patty LaBelle's pie?
I heard those
I
are
heard it
actually
was
good.
good.
Dude, those are
Yeah.
fucking, they're disgusting.
Oh, they had dudes
They're
singing
so-
about
they're
Patty's
so
pie.
fucking gross.
Talking about Patty, you my friend.
Like it was
remember
funny
that.
at
That was great.
my sister's house. One of her friends was able to get a Patty pie from Walmart, and like the kids. So we had the kids do a taste test of my pies against hers. The kids devoured my pie. Like they were like, "This is fucking good." Like the Patty pie, it's too. I think she used like orange skin or orange zest or something like that. So it tastes weird. But this pie right here, this shit's fucking nasty.
I'm gonna be honest.
Tastes
with
like
you.
Play-Doh.
Everybody that's listening to this podcast right now. So my mama makes sweet potato pies, or well, she used to, and I will put blue sweet potato pies right up there.
Oh,
Or
damn.
maybe she ain't listening to this shit. Might be a little bit above. All right, blue sweet potato pies are really fucking good.
That's high praise. For those who don't know, when you say this is better than my mama's, that's fucking high ass black praise right there. Goddamn.
You know what makes me angry? So y'all know K-Max. She's Caucasian. And she's still about that fucking.
What, you
pumpkin
haven't
pie
converted her
bullshit.
yet to the.
I'm like, what? You had blue fucking sweet potato pie? Well, how the fuck is this possible?
Even her mom said
It's
my pie was
ingrained in
good.
the DNA.
Nonsense. Fucking pumpkin pie is fucking bullshit.
It
Pumpkin
tastes
pie
awful.
is bullshit.
It's sorrow on a plate.
real.
Sorrow. Struggle pie.
Wasn't there some study that came out? Or not, I think somebody might have posted this, but somebody was saying like anybody who loves sweet potato pie is just lying to themselves. They're just taking what the media says is good and eating it.
Fuck it all.
Oh,
All
man.
right.
I put a fucking bean pie above fucking soup.
Ew.
Above not super bean pie,
Oh.
above
Never had a
pumpkin
bean
pie.
pie.
God,
You never had bean
dang.
pie?
Why would I want a bean pie?
Go to EPA. You might be hungry.
No.
Fucking, you see a guy in a nice bow tie.
I
You know,
fuck
with
With the
that.
final call.
Good to
With
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
The guy that killed Stringer
You
Bell.
know,
What's
you know what's funny? What happened to those guys? What happened to the fucking Nation of Islam selling bean pies in the corner in some street on EPA?
So in at least the ones in Oakland, they had a lot of like fucking arrests recently over the
Really?
last 5 years.
Oh, shit.
yeah.
Well, didn't there,
One of the
like,
guys
leader
was a
went to jail,
fucking
right?
murderer, a big murderer.
Like he had hits on people and shit.
Yeah,
He murdered my appetite. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So they may not want to be doing that. God damn, we're all over the place.
We are.
We got to round this up, or do we have any Be the Bees?
Well, there's
We do.
one. There was I put this on the list. So this one came from me, Ask Bees and BTI, and I wanted to ask the group, what toy did you always want for Christmas but never got?
Ooh.
I'm bringing up some fucking childhood pain
You
here.
know what?
Ooh, I'm gonna bring you a fucked up story. All right,
I wanted a Neo Geo, like a Neo Geo
bruh.
system.
I mean, your parents have some money, but then
I
that kind of
was
money.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying.
That's
I wanted it.
That
I
shit was like
wanted it.
$1,000, wasn't it, back in the day?
Man.
Still
That's
wanted
like $1
it.
million
Fucking
back
out your
then.
goddamn mind.
Damn. And they only had like 6 games and shit.
Don't matter.
That shit
Good
was
games.
all bad.
All right, y'all go.
One of my friends had one. That shit was fucking fun as hell.
I
to
knew
play.
someone that had one too. That was crazy.
I like how you can like they had like the little was it the Jaguars? They had something else, or you
Atari
can
Jaguar.
Oh, it was Atari on that one. Never mind. Never mind.
Stitch, what you got?
I'd have to go way back. There was a Transformer that I really wanted. I could not get Jazz.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
I couldn't. My parents could
The
never
one
find
black
Jazz.
one?
I had
Goddamn.
it was never at the Toys R Us store in Newark, and it was just impossible to get. And then they finally got it for me. Just some random. I had to like turn a bunch of cereal boxes to get the fucking toy finally, but it was whack.
You know what's great? Transformer toys, like our Transformers, are so much fucking better than what the kids have now.
Yeah.
Like there's for Bumblebee, that shit looks like garbage.
You had to
dude.
put the stickers on it, and then it was like a multiple 8-step process to get it in from car to robot. Now it's just like 2 fucking.
Yeah, you click a
clicks.
button, it just transforms
Yeah.
automatically.
No challenge.
Yeah, actually, for me, it was also a Transformer. It was Hot Rod before he was Rodimus Prime.
Oh, shit.
So fucking
I have one.
Toys R Us had fucking rows and rows of Rodimus Prime, but not a fucking Hot Rod. And I wanted Hot Rod so bad. He was hard to
You
find.
had a hot rod for it one.
Yeah, sure.
What
Yeah.
you got, Blue?
So for me, I always wanted a fucking Power Wheel. I wanted one of those so fucking, and it wasn't like I didn't want like the one that's like an ATV. I want the one
E-brake.
that was the fucking that was a goddamn fucking Ferrari. I wanted the Ferrari fucking Power.
Oh.
My goddamn my neighbor had one, and I was so fucking jealous of it. He had one, and his sister had a fucking Barbie Jeep one.
Damn.
I always wanted a fucking Power Wheel.
That's what you get for going around. Oh wait, were you an EPA still?
Yeah, I
or
was still
North
EPA.
Lake?
These
Okay.
guys were Samoan
Damn.
too, so
All right.
I don't know how they got it.
I will tell you one of the fucked up kid stories of all time.
What's
On this,
this?
I got what I wanted, all time.
Ooh, I know
And this is where you know this story.
I know this story.
You know this story. All right, this is for fucking Christmas back in the day. I wanted a Nintendo 64 so goddamn bad.
Oh, I know this story.
And I got that motherfucker for Christmas. Maybe it was my birthday. I'm pretty sure it was Christmas though. So I got that motherfucker, and I had my TV in my room. It had RCA input. All right, so but the N64 at the time it only had RCA jacks, and so I was like, shit. I got it for Christmas. And I was like, but I can't get my TV. And I was like, well, Mom and Dad, I can play it downstairs in the big TV. And they were like, no, you can't do that. And I was like, all right, well, I'll sell some of my old, my Nintendo games, my Super Nintendo games, to get the
Converter or
adapter
whatever,
that I
yeah.
needed. So I'm calling up Knight's fucking video games in Newark.
Back
I'm
in
like,
the day.
yo, how much money can I get for these games? I'm about to sell all my fucking games. And so my parents boxed up this fucking N64 and fucking returned that motherfucker.
Why?
I was so,
Damn.
'cause my fucking parents were dicks. Oh my god! I was so,
Oh, damn.
so
Earthquake.
fucking
Oh
mad.
shit, that was a 5 on the Richter scale.
I was so fucking mad.
Table
I
almost
remember that
flipped
shit.
over. God dang.
That was like high school and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I was so fucking angry with my parents at that point. Yo, if I had the nerve to murder somebody, they might have got fucking murdered.
So they took it back just because it wasn't compatible, or just because you were selling your shit? Like, what was the purpose of? You're trying to hustle. You were doing what like a responsible kid would do. Be like, all right, I'm gonna put in work. I'm gonna buy what I need to buy, and they were like, nah, fuck it. We don't want you fucking showing effort.
No, they were old school.
That sucks.
So yeah, that was a fucked up part of my childhood.
Yeah,
I was
dude.
so fucking pissed.
Damn, I'm bringing up pains. and
Yeah.
shit.
So I had to go to Lee's house.
Yeah, I
to play
remember
fucking to play a fucking N64.
They had great games too.
Yeah, they did.
I still
Killer
got my
Instinct.
I still got my N64. I remember paying $90 for Shadows of the Empire because it was
Cartridges were expensive.
it was sold out everywhere, and I found it like Christmas Eve at fucking Sears, and it was their last copy.
Nice. All right. Let's round it up. Man, we've gone long. We've gone deep, hard.
Balls deep.
3 hours.
We had a Thanksgiving special for y'all. All 5 of us. Stitch, what you got populating this week?
Let me think. I have a turkey brining right now, so I gotta remove that
used to
bitch
do
from the
that.
oven. I mean, from the mixture, and then bake that bitch up tomorrow.
You use a bucket.
Yes.
Yeah,
There you
Yeah,
go.
I used to
Right
do
way
that
to do
shit.
it.
And then I've been watching Narcos season 4.
Oh, I need to start that.
It's really good. Yeah, it just started.
No. Our other show
Okay.
already started.
not yet,
House of Cards.
I'll give a review on that later.
Oh, you've been watching?
Yeah, but Narcos is really good so far. They actually, before this season started, one of the scouts for the location got murdered
Oh, shit.
by fucking, I guess, Mexican cartel people and shit like that. But I think it's Michael Pena, the guy from
Yeah, it's
Iron Man. Or
right?
Ant-Man.
Yeah, he's like the main detective in it, and I really enjoy his acting. So it's been a really good, fun watch to watch.
Good shit. Old Ninja, what you got?
So tomorrow's Turkey Day, so I'll be out of town for the next couple days. I'm gonna try to squeeze in some because I got a bunch of games. I'm actually might go out for Black Friday and pick up a couple things. The only two that I want is Spider-Man because it's like $25-$35, and then maybe Become Human.
You don't want that shit. Sell your PS4. You
If
don't want
you
that shit.
don't go out and buy it, because if Lilo goes out and gets the PlayStation with it, which is fucking whatever.
Oh yeah, because it's like $200
Yeah.
with it. Yeah, so I might still go out. There's like one other game I might get, but other than that, I'll be back in town obviously for next week's catch. But I might start House of Cards. I have not yet, but O'Driscoll's need killing, so I'm out there. I'm gonna try to punch in some stuff. I'm still playing Battlefront 2 because new shit's actually dropping next week.
You're a sad individual.
I'm a Star Wars fan, unlike yo punk ass.
Whatever. Kronos, what you got?
So my oldest daughter comes in tomorrow.
Yay.
And that'll be nice to see my oldest again. And it's going to be a difficult week for me because I usually do jiu-jitsu like 3 or 4 times a week. And in the holidays, I can't do jiu-jitsu that much.
Is it closed? It's closed?
Well, it's closed on Thanksgiving, the day after. And then on Saturday, it's my youngest daughter's birthday. So it's kind of a shit show, but I think I'll just hike around with my youngest on my back and get it worked out.
Wrestle some bears, goddammit. Do what your boy
yeah,
Habib
fuck
did,
it.
right?
Yeah, Khabib-
Did I get that right?
He really
Shit.
did wrestle bears. Like, that's no bullshit. He wrestled bears.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, Professor mentioned that on the show, too.
Oh, did he really?
So, yeah.
Yeah. That guy's no joke. Yeah, other than that, I mean, I kind of wish we did Thanksgiving again as like friends and family.
Yeah.
Maybe because I missed that shit.
Yeah,
Maybe
we'll have to maybe
Yeah,
next
it's been a
year.
while.
Yeah.
We need at least somebody to get choked out and pet onto the floor.
No, that was at Halloween.
That was Halloween. Yeah,
that was Halloween.
I took somebody out, and then I got fucking submitted like couple years back by shit. What's his name? on
Cowboy?
here? Cakeman.
Oh, Cake Man.
Cakeman got me an Americana when I was still a white belt.
There you
Oh.
go.
Oh damn.
Yeah. But I choked out Cowboy Mike with a guillotine.
There you go.
The first year, so yeah.
I was
Good
not
shit.
there for that.
Good shit. Blue, what you got populated?
So, if you did not know, Thanksgiving is my favorite fucking holiday.
Nice.
It's above there. It's above fucking Christmas, basically. But I'm actually gonna do something I've never done before.
What you doing?
I'm going to a white person's Thanksgiving dinner, so this is
Okay.
gonna be awkward as fuck. And what makes it even awkward is that this is my wife's brother's baby mama's family.
Okay.
So I mean, I've only met these people a few times. I met them when the baby was born, at the baby's birthday, and there was some other time. But all the interactions been kind of weird. So
You know what'll make it less weird?
what?
Drunk Blue makes an appearance. That's what needs to happen. Fuck it all. Roll them dice.
And just ignore why they have sweet potatoes with marshmallows on top.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
Damn.
the blue box mac and cheese.
Oh.
But I told
Pumpkin
him,
pie.
Oh.
I told the kids' mom I was gonna bring a sweet potato pie. She's like, "What's that?" I was like,
Square up. What the fuck?
"You know that
You should have said, I hope your cunt is wet. I need to get my foot back out.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm about to kick that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
TSA old ninja needs to make sure he's around and come rescue.
yeah, man, I might end up in an upside down or a sunken place, boy. But when she said that, like, you know that one scene from it was some prison movie where the chick she tilts her head to the side. I was like, excuse me, what? Who are you? But yeah, so I'm doing that tomorrow. Definitely got my goddaughter's birthday coming up. Other than that, I got a job, y'all. I got a job.
Calvin got a job.
Yeah, I got a real fucking job. It's not a contracting job. This is a full-time position. I start next Friday, and the reason why I start on a Friday is because the company that I'm going to be working for, their benefits start the following month that you start. So since the Friday's the 30th, that means that Monday I have all my benefits.
Nice.
So
Look
that's
at
kind of
you.
cool how they hooked me up with that.
Jump in front of a bus afterwards.
yeah,
Well, I should break your leg now, right?
yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's when everything fucking works. But I mean, I'm pretty excited about that. I've been kind of, doing a bunch of online courses and stuff to get kind of ramped up for this new position. But yeah, I'm definitely excited for that. And I'm hoping that Red Dead Redemption has a are on for sale for Black Friday, so I can pick up the game because
I'll find it.
you ain't got no job, you ain't got no money, you can't be buying no games. But
I wish I could talk about it more. I need to wait for you guys to catch up because it's so fucking good.
yeah, so I'm
get
gonna
far enough.
hopefully I can try to pick up that game. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna be like continuing my online studying, and hopefully I can try to watch some anime. I've been slipping on my anime.
Yeah, we'll have
my two episodes a day. I fucking fell on that shit.
Get back on it. This is a good weekend for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Real quick for me, obviously really awesome Thanksgiving. I'm looking forward to. I think I'm just going over to my mom's. We're going to keep it nice and quiet. But obviously every Friday is, of course, JoJo Friday. Don't matter if it's Black Friday. I got to watch my Italian boys do their torture and shit. So we'll do that with the kids. And then a whole lot of Driscoll killing. I'm going to get at least 20 to 30 hours of Red Dead in this weekend. That's my fucking goal. Thank y'all for listening. Do not forget, hit us up in the DMs, the Be Them BTI DMs on Twitter. Tell us 3 things you're thankful for. You might win some motherfucking free movie passes if you live in the U.S.
You can also go to email us at bethembti@gmail.com. That'll work as well.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you
I
just
said a smoke
experienced
signal.
you just experienced the dankest podcast on the internet. Catch us online at BThanBTI. That's BTHANBTI. Facebook, Twitter, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Player FM. Look for us on there. On YouTube, Blacker Than Black Times Infinity. On Amazon, we have an app on there. Look for BThanBTI or Blacker Than Black Times Infinity. Our official website, binheadproductions.com/BThanBTI. Check us out. Apple Podcasts.
Go to Eggplant.
Fuck
Coming
She-Ra.
soon.
Fuck her.
I will. Wait, no.
Wait, she's too young
Old
for
school.
that.
Old school.
Don't
She-Ra.
fuck it up. HR already got fucking Prodigy a couple weeks
You
ago.
can't even go on Facebook right now, bro.
I know. Damn.
How you gonna hate from outside the club?
No more horse nut. We're also on Twitch.
Happy Thanksgiving.